ship, 20 years of empty claims, with hangars full of garbage and dreams that never came. Now he's fishing for new suckers to store more junk inside, while promising his gullible fans hover cars and free energy rides.
We are working on anti-gravity. As soon as we get finance, which again is coming very soon.
Divine insights were handed down, but now they cost a fee. In the wacky world of Wilcock, that's the way it's gotta be. Financial resets, debts erased, a world so fair and bright. The alliance never came, and neither did his wife. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Extraterrestrial pals, they're coming here to stay. Disclosure's always just around, but aliens delay. Law of one, the Bible, Bhagavad Gita, all mixed up in one. David's stealing from the best, but his fans think it's a brand new one. Plagiarizing profit, that's his favorite routine. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense reigns supreme, we'll all get rainbow bodies, whatever that might mean. And Jesus is an alien, the wildest thing you've seen. David's on a hero's journey through dimensions far and wide. Draco reptilians know where he lives, so in his mansion he must hide. Catastrophes and end times were on the brink, he said, but my coffee's brewing nicely, and I'm still in my bed. The wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. It's the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. Just buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. No one's suffering like David in his mansion grand and tall, with eyes and steak and chicken, he's the loneliest of all. His teeth are fake as his prophecies, and courses that he sells. In the wacky world of Wilcock, he's ringing all the bells.
If we bathe in our own urine, we can gain superpowers. Doing the bath does help. Or you urinate before you get into the bathtub, and then you drink new water out of a glass, and when you're in the bathtub, you can do a little more.
Buy my course, $300. Enlightenment's the deal. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where make-believe is real. His PowerPoint slides are packed with schizophrenic rants, forced to stream on YouTube now, bankruptcy's a stance. Stavati aerospace, a Ponzi scheme they say, so pay pigs better pay up, or like Corey Good he'll stay. So many dates, so many dreams, none of them come true. But hey, don't fret, just buy the course and I'll enlighten you.
For God's sake, take the deal, okay? But you have to take the deal and you have to cooperate. Rise, rise, rise. And you feel yourself, kinetic energy of levitation, tingling across your skin.
In 2012, we'd all ascend, a cosmic shift was due. But here we are in 24, and nothing much is new. Mass arrests and cabo busts, beliefs should quake in fear, yet they're still here, sipping wine, and we're all stuck right here in a world of Greer and Good, Crush and Lou. With their claims, nobody tops David Wilcock with his fringe and wacky games, while they're sharing UFOs and theories kinda tame. David's got aliens who wanna sleep with him and eat him, what a shame. He's the master of the bizarre, with rainbow bodies on display. In the wacky world of Wilcock, where nonsense leads the way. So here's to Dave, the shyster bold, with tales so far-fetched and grand. In his world of make-believe, where fantasy's second-hand, he spins his fairy tales and lies between his YouTube streams for his cat crystal ladies.
Greetings and salutations, friends, and welcome back. It is once again time to venture into the wacky world of Wilcock. You know, every Sunday, just so everybody knows, you don't have to send me clips. You don't have to send me messages asking, did you hear what this lunatic said now? Yeah, I catch up on everything when I get back from the cabin, but my thanks to those who think I'm missing something. We try not to. So tonight, we're going to do something a little bit differently. And lately, Mr. Wilcock is complaining. We'll see in the clips tonight. He is complaining to his audience that he is broke as shit. He's broke and he's bald, and he's broke and bald. But he's complaining to his audience that he needs greater income. We've previously detailed how he's himself admitted that he makes $258,000 a year just on YouTube. That doesn't include the money he makes by selling morons stupid courses like Take My Archangel Michael Told Me the Future course, in which he cannot prove anything that he is selling people. But this, in my opinion, is the typical consumer fraud scam that David Wilcock runs, just like his anti-gravity and free energy scam, in which he said, if you take my course, you'll be able to do it too. Nobody that took that course was able to create free energy or anti-gravity. So, to me, and again, I'm not a law enforcement officer, a lawyer, or an officer of the court, or a prosecutor, seems like consumer fraud to tell people, if you just give me $333, you'll be able to create anti-gravity and free energy. And then people give you the $333, nobody's able to do it. You know why? Because those things are science fiction. They don't work. Some may argue with that. But at least the information that David Wilcock presents to create free energy and anti-gravity, nobody's been able to make that happen, which to me is a form of consumer fraud. And of course, there is the other courses that he has sold. Remember, he sold the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, both leading up to the year 2000, then leading up to the year 2012. He's selling the Ascension is Coming Soon scam right now. Buy my books. Prepare for the coming Ascension. It's going to happen by May of 2020. Oh, shit. May of 2025 has come and gone. No Ascension, no mass arrests. But don't worry, now it's going to happen in September. And I'm sure he'll kick the can and move the goalpost to December. But I really don't believe that he's going to be able to kick the can after 2025 because even his dumb as rocks moronic followers, who, by the way, no matter how stupid you think David Wilcock's cult-like following is, they're even dumber than that. And, some people have cautioned me, oh, you got to be nice to those people, Steve. Yeah, I guess I should be nicer to them. But come on, wake up, moron. Ascension didn't come leading up to the year 2000. Ascension didn't come leading up to the year 2012. And it's not going to come in 2025 either. And neither are the mass arrests that he's been promising for how long now. So just want to put on the record, we've been doing this countdown. On his current scam, this is why, by the way, he's gearing up for new scams. He's trying to hurry up and jam in a few more scams before 2025 ends, in my opinion. Because he knows once 2025 comes and goes and there is no mass arrests and there is no Ascension, he's going to have a real hard time selling anything to any of his moron followers. They're even starting to wake up in his live chat and say, you said Ascension would come by May of 2025. What happened, David? Did the angel lie to you? Angels don't lie. Did you lie to us? They're starting to wake up. And that mass awakening is coming. There will be no mass ascension event in 2025, but there will be, and there is right now, a mass awakening event that is taking place on planet Earth. That thousands of people all over planet Earth are massively awakening up to the fact that David Wilcock is scamming everyone. He doesn't have secret, sacred knowledge. He has no government insiders. We're going to detail that for you tonight. His government insiders are a joke. Let's see. He's got a PDF file. That was one of his government insiders, a court-martialed child predator who was court-martialed by the military for molesting his own sister-in-law over an extended period of time. That was one of his government insiders. His name is Bill Brockbrader. And there's more. We'll get to it. But before we do, just to put it on the record, the scam countdown timer for David Wilcock. Tick-tock, motherfucker. Tick-tock, David Wilcock. Tick-tock, bitch. It's all coming crashing down. 142 days left in 2025. So Wilcock only has 142 more days to try to extract as much money from the believer-brained morons that hang on his every word that he can. Because once 2025 comes and goes, everybody's going to know he said mass arrests in 2025. He said he's Earth's greatest psychic and he's in communication with angels. He said mass arrests are coming in 2025. He said ascension is coming in 2025 and we're all going to get superpowers in 2025. When that comes and goes and none of that happens, even his morons, even his diehard moron followers that send him money like idiots every week, they're all going to know that he scammed them. And then I'm going to be able to dance on the grave of the ascension is coming soon scam. I'm getting my dance ready now, bitches. I'm getting ready because David Wilcock has scammed people 3 times now, or will have been proven to scam his audience 3 separate occasions for the, what I call the ascension is coming soon scam. Leading up to the year 2000, leading up to the year 2012. Both of those times, no ascension came, but he collected a lot of money from morons to get them ready for the coming mass ascension event that, by the way, never happened. And now he's doing it again. Buy my books for $333. Ascension is coming in 2020, by May of 2020. Oh, shit. May came and went. By September of 2020, by December of 2025, he will not be able to kick the can past January 1st, 2026. It's over, David. You only have 142 days on your scam. This current version of the Ascension is coming soon scam. So David Wilcock is very busy preparing to get as much scamming in as possible before 2026 comes. He's got to hurry up and try to hold live events and streaming and sell another course. He's got to hurry up and do all that. And he's only got 142 days to do it. Because after the 142 days is up, even his morons are going to know that he scammed them for a 3rd time. And I'm here to tell you, friends, if I can prove that David Wilcock has run the Ascension is Coming Soon scam, not once, not twice, but 3 times, that should be enough to convince anyone that David Wilcock is a serial scammer and con artist. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. If you can clearly demonstrate that somebody has scammed the audience 3 separate times for the same shit, and it never happened each time, then I think you can clearly demonstrate what they're selling is dog shit. It's horse manure. Actually, I take that back. Horse manure has value. You could use it for something good, like fertilizer for a farm. David Wilcock offers no value to the world. He sucks every dollar he can out of stupid people so that he can live a millionaire's lifestyle. Did you know that his house is worth $2 million? So I just have a question for you people giving David Wilcock money and thinking that you're donating. I love that he always used the terms donation. People are giving me donations. If you're giving him money, do you live in a $2 million mansion? Do you live in a $4 million mansion where you can afford to donate money to help somebody out that's living in a $2 million mansion? Maybe his followers all live in $10 or $100 million mansions and they can afford to give him $258,000 a year or whatever they give him, the super chats. Over $100,000 a year, certainly, probably. Are his followers all just independently wealthy and they can afford to help a poor, starving guy that's living in a $2 million mansion money? And, you know, a lot of people have touched on this. Why is David Wilcock's problems all his audience's problem? And we'll hear it in the clips tonight. He specifically says, you guys need to help me. You guys need to help me. You can all buy this and solve all of my problems for me. It's a DSP twisting the arm to get the money, kind of a scam, man. It really is. So we'll take a moment to recognize in the live chat, and there's already a kind and generous person, RP708, before the stream even began, gave 1 for the goal. I got hammered and weed the bed. Wake up with a headache, thought I was psychic, but then hung over. I want my money back, Wilcock. Oh, get him. Get him. Yeah, get him. So that's the first and only super chat of the night, but we take some time. We have a special 20 super chat goal tonight, 20 super chats at $5 or more. So, but we thank RP708 for the first one to chime in and hear the call of the goal. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and your support.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Thank you for that. We appreciate it. And we will be checking in. I will do it right now. We will be checking in with the Kick Live chat as well and reading every single who's a subscriber and every single person that gifts a sub on Kick. We give you a big shout out and thank you. We love the Kick support because we keep most of that. So we thank you. And let's see. King Ron gifted a sub on August 6th. I'm going to read from August 6th forward because I may have missed those. FF9000 gifted a sub on Kick. And Rex Racer gifted a sub. And then on August 8th, Rex Racer again became a subscriber. So thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support, my friends.
Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty, praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Thank Ra Almighty. So TikTok, David Wilcock, there's only 142 more days. Now, knowing how lazy David Wilcock is, I think he's going to have a hard time pulling off these new quick scams. He's going to try to hurry up and put a live event together. He's going to try to hurry up and put a live stream that you can buy for $300 together. He's going to try to hurry up and sell some other bullshit on the internet. He's got to hurry up and do this all before January, because once January comes, everybody's going to know he scammed them again. And we'll be able to dance on the grift of David Wilcock. Just the latest one, though. Don't worry. He's going to come up with new scams. I know he is. We will take a moment to welcome in the live chat, whether you're chatting on Kick or Rumble or on our Twitter feed or Twitch, which is dying on the vine over there. I don't know how long we're going to keep broadcasting on Twitch. We've been doing this for years. We get 2 live viewers. But I get it. That's not the place for it. So 142 more days on the grift. Charles McDonald has gifted a True Seekers membership. And this is why you got to hit that subscribe button, friends, because if you hit the subscribe button, you could win a free membership. What a kind and generous benefactor like Charles McDonald, who's a longtime show supporter, gifts one of these memberships. If you're in the live chat, you could win it one. You could win a free membership to our channel, but you must be a subscriber. YouTube randomly distributes these gifted memberships out to people in the live chat who are subscribers, but not yet channel members. So make sure that you are a subscriber. You can win a free membership. Like Eric Keen 5740, who was gifted a free membership thanks to the kindness, generosity, and support of Charles McDonald. Thank you very much for your kindness, generosity, and continued support. Charles McDonald coming in, helping to expand our community by gifting free memberships to people. Thank you, Charles McDonald.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash.
All right, and we've got Archduke Instinct with 10. Stand up, be counted. God bless the goal. Every dono is another tear in Wilcock's eyes. That is correct. And thank you, Archduke Instinct, who's a longtime show supporter.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Big show support. And Archduke Instinct has been a supporter for quite a while. He said August 25th deadline. Before he said September. Now he's saying August 25th. Ascension's not going to happen, right? It's just not going to happen. Stormcrow says, buy a $400 ticket and get a free rock. That's right. If you buy a ticket to his live event or his live stream, I guess, I don't know, you get a free rock from his yard. And then he says you can resell it and make your money back. Who's going to pay $400 for a rock from David Wilcock, the con artist scammer's yard? It's so ridiculous. But this is where we're at, and this is where we find ourselves. Now, I titled tonight's broadcast, Trust the Scam. So we will see, and we'll be able to display the proof of this. What I'm about to talk about now is very important. David Wilcock is trying to hurry up and scam his audience. This is what is happening now. And by the way, David Wilcock, you know that saying, David Wilcock? Keep your friends close and your enemies closer. David Wilcock should be very careful who he claims his friends are. because some of them are calling me, David. That's right. I have some sources that are very close to you, or maybe they once were. And, I'm hearing a lot of stuff. It's rumors and speculation. Take from it what you will. I've been unable to verify some of it. But some of these people are verifying that what I'm telling my audience is correct. David Wilcock knows that the Ascension is coming soon scam is coming crashing down in a few short months. So what he is hurrying up and trying to do is to steal, language is very important. He's trying to con as much money out of his followers as he can before they all wake up on January 1st, 2026 and realize, oh, he was lying again. Oh, he scammed us. He wasn't talking to angels, because angels' prophecies wouldn't be so wrong. They're all going to wake up come January 1st, 2026. So he's trying to hurry up. And I have this good sourcing on this. He's trying to hurry up and get these courses going. And it appears that what he is doing is what I would consider consumer fraud, because as we'll see in the clips, it appears that what he's going to do, my friends, is tell people that he's got secret, insider, classified information. But, he can't put that on YouTube for free, because, talking about classified information may be a problem if it's just free on YouTube. But if you put it behind a $300 paywall, then it's perfectly okay to sell people fake classified. He has no classified information. But this is what it appears to me. It appears to me, and we'll see it in the clips, we'll get to them in a moment, that David Wilcock is claiming that he's going to be sharing never before heard secrets from his government insider, Pete Peterson. And then he's going to be sharing never before heard secrets from Christopher Bescar, the CEO of Stavati Aerospace. And David Wilcock claims that Pete Peterson was a government insider who worked on top secret classified projects. I beg to differ. Pete Peterson was a career con artist. He participated in tech stock pump and dump scams. We can prove that. He lied about his education, Pete Peterson. He lied about his work history, Pete Peterson. He lied about accolades he never received. For example, Pete Peterson claimed he won the Order of Lenin Award. Anybody can look up that list. No Pete Peterson or Gary Peterson, his legal name. He never won the Order of Lenin Award. Pete Peterson claimed he worked for the Russian equivalent of NASA. I checked with a Russian historian. He never worked for any Russian space agency or government agency. So David Wilcock has claimed that Pete Peterson was a science and technology advisor to Ronald Reagan. There's just one problem. He's not listed in Ronald Reagan's library. If he really were a science and technology advisor for Ronald Reagan, there would be mentions of him there, and meetings with Ronald Reagan would be detailed in Ronald Reagan's library. I had the archivists at Ronald Reagan's library run an exhaustive search. There's no Pete Peterson. There's no Gary Peterson. He never worked for Ronald Reagan. So David Wilcock, in my opinion, if you're going to take money from the public and say, I've got secret information from this government insider, which we're going to give you for the $300, and then it turns out that the government insider you're talking about never worked for the government. His education was fake. His work history was fake. He was a literal con artist, David Wilcock. If you are going to claim that this is secret information from Pete Peterson, the government insider, and I can demonstrate that all your claims about his government work are truly 100% false, then you are stealing from people. You are committing consumer fraud, in my opinion. If I told you I was going to give you an extra special secret candy bar for $300, and then I just gave you a Hershey bar, wouldn't that be considered a form of fraud or scam? I think so. And by the same token, if David Wilcock takes money from the public while claiming he's going to be giving people secrets from a government insider that turns out to be a fake doctor with a fake education and a fake work history and a fake list of accomplishments, then that's consumer fraud, in my opinion. Now, on to Christopher Bescar. He seems to be implying that Christopher Bescar, he said it several times, worked on Area 51 technology. Well, the only place you can work on Area 51 technology is Area 51. So I hope, David Wilcock, if you're going to take money from the public and claim that Christopher Bescar worked at Area 51 or worked on classified projects or worked on top secret projects, you better have some goddamn proof he did, because I don't believe he did. And let's take a moment just to detail a history of David Wilcock's former so-called, or what I say are alleged, government insiders. The first that came to my attention, he worked with this guy, Bill Brockbrader, with Project Camelot, and Crazy Kerry Cassidy with Project Scamelot. And Bill Brockbrader claimed to be a secret space program insider. But it turns out that Bill Brockbrader was a disgraced military person who was thrown out of the military for being a PDF file. That's right. He was a child predator who got court-martialed for basically violating his underage sister-in-law over an extended period of time. He's currently a fugitive from justice on the run. He was on America's Most Wanted guy. What's that guy's name? He has a new show. John Walsh has a new show. One of the first episodes was on Bill Brockbrader. That's the quality of David Wilcock's government insiders, a child predator. He claims a child predator was a government insider. No, he wasn't. And he didn't work for the secret space program. It was all a scam. And next we move on to Pete Peterson, which I have detailed extensively. Pete Peterson's education was fake. His claims of working for Ronald Reagan were fake. His claims of running a computer company, which, by the way, was called Cyberdyne Systems. Sure, that was all fake. He claimed that he was the first person to market an alphanumeric keyboard personal computer, and he beat Apple to market, and Tandy to market, and Commodore to market. And no, he didn't. No, he didn't. And the computer that David Wilcock claims he invented doesn't exist. We checked with all the computer history museums, a bunch of them. You know, there's vintage computer museums. Nobody ever heard of Pete Peterson in the computer industry. And by the way, my education in college was in computer science. I know a great deal of computer history. I never heard of the guy, but I checked in with experts. I went to Dave Haney, who was a real Commodore Amiga engineer, a real early personal computer pioneer. And Dave Haney checked around and said, this guy is full of shit. He doesn't exist. If he did, there would be magazine articles about his computer you could look up. There would be some history on his company you could look up. There is nothing. Pete Peterson is a complete and total scam with a fake doctorate and a fake education. That's one of David Wilcock's government insiders. And Pete Peterson happens to be dead, friends. So it's no coincidence that David Wilcock is going to say, Pete Peterson told me. Pete Peterson told me. Nobody can fact check that because the guy's dead. But it's enough to know that all of David Wilcock's claims, like he invented a 80-core quantum CPU processor, all of his claims are completely and totally false. And David Wilcock did indeed, I can provably demonstrate, run a GoFundMe scam with Pete Peterson, claiming that his house was under deep state attack. They were throwing his possessions into a dumpster, running over them with bulldozers. I talked to all the local police. It was a average run-of-the-mill home foreclosure. Had nothing to do with the deep state. The police didn't enter his home. David Wilcock and Pete Peterson even claimed that they stole his mother's ashes from that home. Never happened, according to local police. And anybody can check this stuff. Anybody can check this stuff. So the Pete Peterson insider is a joke. Then we get to Dannion Brinkley, in which David Wilcock ran a hurry up and get some money scam with Dannion Brinkley, claiming that Dannion Brinkley, who, by the way, is a guy that keeps claiming he dies and comes back to life like he has near-death experiences. Dannion Brinkley died something like 3 times. He died the first time and came back from the dead. He claimed that there was a toe tag and he woke up in the morgue. That all turned out to be fake. That's another one of his so-called insiders, a complete and total fraud selling near-death experiences and books. And coincidentally, every time Dannion Brinkley needed money, he just happened to die again and write another book, right? Then there was William Tompkins, who basically told erotic stories about hot, blonde, alien Nordic chicks that were sent by the government to work for him as like secretaries, and they wore mini skirts. It's totally ridiculous. William Tompkins was a senile old man that people like David Wilcock took advantage of and milked for stories. Did he work for the government? Yeah, he worked for the Navy at one point. Did he know anything about the secret space program? I highly, highly doubt it. And then, of course, we get to Emery Smith, who David Wilcock claimed was a government insider. Turns out Emery Smith is a disgraced person, too. He's a falling down drunk. And David Wilcock ran a PayPal scam with Emery Smith, claiming he was under deep state attack, and that landed him in the hospital. But we have the proof that what actually happened is Emery Smith landed himself in the hospital with alcohol poisoning. He wasn't attacked by the men in black, friends. He wasn't attacked by the deep state. He was attacked by a gallon of vodka. That's what happened. Emery Smith is another fake government insider. And even Emery Smith disputes the stupid stories that David Wilcock tells about him. David Wilcock claimed that Emery Smith autopsied 3,000 aliens. Emery Smith is like, no, they were tissue samples, not full autopsies, whatever. David Wilcock lies constantly. You know he's lying because his lips are moving. Next, we get to Christopher Bescar, who now David Wilcock suddenly is claiming built 3,000 spaceships for the secret space program, and that another fraud, this is the super duper prover maneuver, when you get one fraud to back up another fraud. Oh, David Wilcock says, Pete Peterson told me that Christopher Bescar is Earth's greatest airplane and spaceship designer. Well, how come nobody's ever built one of his airplanes? If I call myself the greatest guitar designer on Earth, shouldn't you be able to find one of my designs that's actually been built into a real guitar? But in the case of Christopher Bescar, all we get is 30 years of fraud. Stavati Aerospace has been claiming they have all of this high technology and airplanes better than Lockheed Martin or Boeing or Northrop Grumman can build. But yet they've never built a single product or service. If this guy can't even build a fucking airplane, how did he build 3,000 spaceships for the secret space program? It's absolutely ridiculous. So those are the quality of David Wilcock's so-called government insiders. Troll with one for the goal. I'm pretty sure during David Wilcock's live show, he said when he was young and living in an apartment, his mommy paid his rent. Yes, he did. He absolutely did. But thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support.
Ra commands you to bow down and praise the cat.
Praise it, my friends. And we have Dry Toast 1755 with one for the goal. No message, but we have a message for you. Dry Toast 1755. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for for helping us to hit the goal, and praise the cash, bitches!
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash.
All right, I have scrolled to the end of chat, and strangely, there's no more support to read out. But we're on a good clip here. Let's see, we're at 4 of the 20, so let's keep going and get some support. So, just to sum things up here. So, Danion's dead. Wait, no, he's still alive. Oh, yeah. So David Wilcock ran a scam where he basically said Daniel Brinkley's going to die any day now. So this is his final testimony. And it's so important that you buy this course and hear his final testimony. People bought the course. Daniel Brinkley's still alive. He ran that course several years ago. He scammed the audience again. Demonstrably scammed the audience, Has Wilcock found the dildos yet? No, and we're going to reveal that on January 1st, 2026. T Bello 100 says, I need help. Don't we all sometimes? Whatever you need, we'd be happy to try to help you. Wilcock is the head of Stavati P-Works. I believe so. You're right. Davey is lying again. Yeah, that is correct. How come he's not working at Skunk Works? Because he doesn't know shit. That's why. He got attacked by Jim Beam, says Mr. Protractor. Yes. So what we see is when David Wilcock says my government insider, what he really means is my disgraced friend who has all kinds of controversy around them and has no proof that they ever worked for the government in any classified or secret capacity, said some stories that I'm going to repeat for you. It's all a scam. Moth loves detracting with one for the goal. I had in high school a teacher that firmly believed that David Wilcock was the reincarnation of the Egyptian god Ra. Sounds like you had a moron for a teacher, but thank you, Moth Loves Detracting, who's a longtime show supporter. Let's go. Moth Loves Detracting is leading the charge towards the goal. Let's get some more friends. Let's praise the cash, praise the cash, especially from you longtime show supporters. You want to see this continue. David Wilcock has done everything to stop me from exposing this stuff. And the reason I'm so dangerous to him is because I know his history and can just right off the top of my head tell you about his history with these fake government insiders. And he's about to do it again. Buy my new course for $300. And I'm going to tell you about my government insider, Pete Peterson, and my other government insider, Christopher Bescar. Well, you better have some proof that they actually worked in classified or secret projects, David Wilcock, because if you don't, I'm contacting the Attorney General of any state you hold a live event in, and any state where a customer of yours, I'm sure, purchases the stream. And we're going to want to ask them how you were allowed to basically commit consumer fraud by lying under false pretenses and then collecting money and delivering nothing but fakery, fraudery, and bullshittery. We've had enough of this, and I've had enough of you being allowed without law enforcement intervention. Remember, what is it, a year ago now? David Wilcock says that I was getting arrested. The police were going to arrest me, and I was going to get the death penalty. I'm no criminal, David Wilcock, but you are. And unlike you, who made all these baseless, slanderous accusations about me, my family, even me being a child predator, unlike you, David Wilcock, I have the receipts, and I can prove that you're a criminal that constantly scams people on the internet. But thank you, Moth Loves Detracting, and praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
No One's Up says, it would be nice to see Wilcock have to admit that it was a LARP like Good had to. Didn't Pete Peterson pick a pack of pickled peppers or something? It could be. Could be. And another one for the goal. From Face to the Screen 33N. I wish Rockstar would make DW the snake oil salesman in the next Red Dead Redemption. He'd sure sue if he could afford a lawyer. Well, that would be a good use for David Wilcock. You know, like, hey, look at this scammer. But thank you, Face to the Screen. We're having great support tonight, and I appreciate it, friends. We haven't even started the clips yet. We're already almost halfway to our goal, right?
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yes, we will praise it. And I got to be a better show host. I just wanted to mention that I'm supposed to be pumping this clips channel every time we do a show. We're trying to get our clips channel monetized. And I have to tell you that I forget. Almost every show, I forget to do it. Or I just neglect to do it. Right? Where did it go? Oh, I don't know where it went. No, I had a bumper talking about the. I'll find it. Thank you, Face to Screen 33N. Where did it go? I thought it was right here. Oh, it didn't finish downloading. Site wasn't available. Oh, come on. All right. I'll just verbally do it. Fuck it. We'll just do it live. Just do it live. I don't have a bumper for this one. We need to stop him from even having his next big event. Well, if he plans on committing consumer fraud by lying to people and claiming that he's going to be giving people secret information from government insiders, and I can prove they're not government insiders, he's going to have a real problem, Skyprop, right? So pinned in the live chat is the link to our clips channel. It's Truth Seekers Clips. All one word. The word Truth Seekers, then the word Clips. All one word. Just go to the YouTube search bar, search for Truth Seekers Clips. Go there and subscribe to that channel. And if you do so, say I've subscribed to the live channel in all capital letters in the live chat. And please don't do it if you've already. If you've already, I've probably thanked you already. If you're doing it right now, if you have not yet subscribed and you're going there and subscribing, put it in the live chat. Write it. I have subscribed to the Clips channel today, and I'll give you a big shout out and a big thank you. Skyprop says, thanks, Stephen. I'm with you. Good. Funny enough, the Roxy sells is the best value for your money that you get from David Wilcock. Yeah, $333 for a rock, right? Something else. All right, so we're just going to get to the clips. Please do subscribe to the Clips channel. We need 250 more subscribers, and then I'm sure I'll start crying about watch time, and go watch the Clips channel soon enough, because we're going to get the subscribers, and then we don't have enough watch time. So I subscribed. Yeah, thank you. Freighter J7998 says, I subscribe to the Clips channel. All hail me. All right, thank you for your kindness. And I'll go over to the Kick Live chat and give some shout outs. We've got DD Sniper over there. Hope your weekend went well. If my weekend went any better, I would probably be in jail. David Wilcock is an American hero, says Scopely CFO. And Detective Cat is over there. And all you have to do to take first place in the Kick chat is gift 1 sub, right? I'm going to pull a DSP. Like, I don't know what's going on, man. We haven't gotten any Kick support today. Like, what's going on, guys? I already subbed to the other channel. Thank you, Jabba the Cat. Tales of the Sonic Voyage. I'll play and endorse your guitar, Stephen. The Cambion limited edition. That is correct. That would be great. I would like that. Thank you for your kindness and continued support. Long-time show supporter, Tales of the Sonic Voyage.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
All right. So we're going to get to the clips, which we're a little bit behind schedule here, but that's okay. I have to get over here. Where did they go? Oh, I got it. All right. Let's get to this week's clips. And big shout out and thank you to Macario. His father is under treatment right now for cancer, so he was a little delayed in getting the clips ready, but my God, what a great job he did. Let's just get straight to the clips, friends.
We've had some very, very, very groundbreaking news from our company this week, Stavati Aerospace. Again,
why is it always there's big things happening every week, but yet a big thing like, hey, look, here's an airplane we built never happens? Could that be because that whole company is built on total bullshit? Could that be the reason? I think so. I really think so.
If you don't already know this, this is a company that, for example, this jet is going to be the fastest jet ever made. It's Mach 4. It's called the SM39.
Yeah, they haven't made a single engine prop plane in full scale yet, but they're going to make the fastest jet ever made. They're going to beat Northrop Grumman, Lockheed Skunk Works. They're going to beat Boeing and every other aviation company that actually has already have a big, long history of building airplanes. They're going to beat them all and create the world's fastest jet. David Wilcock, you are a goddamn moron if you believe that.
Laser. And this involves a whole bunch of weird technology, including a transparent aluminum, not an aluminum, but a transparent titanium surface that we make the cockpit out of. Otherwise, the glass.
He doesn't even know what kind of materials the airplane is made out of. Aluminum. I mean titanium. Like get your story straight before you go lie on a live stream, loser.
Glass would melt when it travels at Mach 4. Lots of interesting breakthroughs going on, but what's so exciting is as that jet is tiny. Well, it's not supposed to be all that big. Anyway, I want to see what you guys are up to. Let's see what you guys are doing. We had already a donation.
Yeah, that's what he's here for, friends, the donations. A guy that lives in a $2 million house shouldn't need donations. But this is where we're at, and this is where we find ourselves. Just remember, if you're one of those morons sending David Wilcock money, he lives in a $2 million mansion. That's what you're funding. You're enabling him to live a millionaire's lifestyle. Are you living a millionaire's lifestyle and can afford that extra money to give to a down-on-his-luck millionaire? Right? Ridiculous that this guy. And how come every goddamn problem he has becomes his audience? I have a $1.5 million tax lien or tax bill with the IRS. You guys need to buy my shit so I can get out of the trouble I'm in. As if it's his audience's fault that he got in this trouble.
From Richard Whitney, $250. Let me say thank you for that. That is incredible,
Look
Richard.
at him smiling. $250.
Thank you so much. And I also saw Crystal Swishu back there somewhere. Yep. Thank you, David, to you and everyone. $5 of CHF, whatever CHF is. Solopoly, thanks, David, for all you do and all you are. From Lisa, thank you very, very much, you guys.
Yes, thank you for the free money, you morons that are giving money to a man that lives in a $2 million mansion. You morons, let me live in a $2 million mansion. Thank you so much, you morons.
It's great to be here today. Like I said, we've had a stunning breakthrough with my company where we have a contract to make airliners, as I said.
No, they don't. I won't believe it until I see an actual airliner. This company has been saying they have big deals for 30 years to make all this incredible aircraft technology, but they never seem to actually make anything. Isn't that a little suspicious, Mr. Wilcock?
But the initial stages of that production, the prototyping, was not going to be in America. Well, while our CEO, Chris Bescar, was in Washington, D.C., he was at the embassy. We were having all these conversations, and it turns out...
Which embassy? You notice he won't say which country's embassy? Because I could call and check. They're not meeting with anybody at an embassy. I call bullshit on that, in my opinion. Until they prove it, they're not meeting with anybody at an embassy. This is the same company that lied and said they had wind tunnel contracts they didn't have. The same company that keeps lying and saying they got $1 million or $10 million purchase orders that they never seem to follow through on and actually make the products. This company has a history of lying. They lied and said they were developing laser weapons for the United States military. They had to take it off their website when they got caught. Somebody checked. So is it a big stretch to think they would lie about having meetings at embassies in Washington, D.C.? I don't think so. It's reasonable when this company has a proven history of lying to the public to assume that everything they say is a lie.
That you really can't prototype the aircraft except in America, which means the prototype money is coming to us, and it's very significant. And
yeah, didn't he say he had an $828 billion deal like 6 weeks ago now? Where's the $828 billion, David? This guy is like one of those guys you sit in a bar next to and his stories just get grander and grander and grander, like totally ridiculous.
Hopefully that will happen actually really soon.
Hopefully soon. Yeah, the money's coming next week, right, David Wilcock? The money's always coming next week, but it never seems to arrive. That's because this moron got scammed himself, in my opinion, out of reportedly $1.5 million of his own money. And I think that company scammed him out of his money. And they keep stringing him along, telling him that there's these big deals coming in and they'll be able to give him his money back, but they never seem to get the money and never seem to pay Wilcock back. Wake up, you moron. You're never getting your money back. You won't see a dime of the money you gave this company. Never.
So,
in my opinion.
We may be funded in a week or two on a very,
Didn't you say 2 months ago that you would be funded next week? And you got an $800 billion deal? Think about that. He said that his company got an $800 billion deal. Where's the $800 billion, David?
Gigantic level, which is quite amazing. I mean, I hope that's what's going to happen. I can't trust that it's going to happen until then. So I'm also listing the house I grew up in on the market for sale. I talked about that with my mother last night.
Yeah, and that's a great part of this story. He owns a home that's worth $250,000, free and clear. At least this is my understanding of the situation. And he's going to be selling the home. But in the meantime, you morons, followers, the audience has to float him. He needs money. He's broke, and he's been broke for years. He's bankrupt. And you guys need to help me. You're sitting on $250,000 asset. Sell the asset and stop begging like a crackhead, you new age scammer. Echo Piccolo is here with one for the goal. A double one for the goal. If David and Chris leak so-called classified stuff all the time, why would any government or business trust them to do real classified work? David's not a Fed, just a dry snitch. I agree. He has several times claimed that he was leaking, secret government insider information. If that was the case, he'd be arrested. He has no classified information. He has no government secret information. He has no government insiders. His government insiders are, let's see, a child molester, a drunk, a liar in the form of Corey Good that made up all the stories, right? Who else? Pete Peterson, a con artist, scammer. with a fake education, that's a fake doctor. Those are his government insiders. David Wilcock, you are a joke, buddy. You are a joke. And the joke's on you because 143 more days and your grift is coming crashing down. But thank you, Echo Piccolo, for funding somebody who is telling people the truth, and praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Praise it, my friends. Reptilian Richard Ramirez says he has no information. Great user ID, by the way. And also says, imagine believing this guy. Is David becoming a recluse? Some people say so. Just look at him. Yeah. And he's bald and broke, says Trolly Troll Troll. That is correct. It's important that we recognize he is definitely bald and definitely broke. Okay, let's get on to the next slide.
David, what happened with your eye? I don't know. What did happen with my eye? David, what happened with your eye? I don't know. What did happen with my eye?
I don't know what that one's about. That's weird. Maybe that he's always pulling on his eye.
This is what a lot of my...
Macario says, this is a soldier for Earth. He had a panic attack when his car battery died. First guy tried to jump him and it didn't work. Second guy was Jewish. I think it's very possible David went to one of those spots you see certain type of guys go to in the movies, like the rest stop bathrooms. Yeah, he's having butt sex in rest stop bathrooms. That's what happened. He went out in the trees and he met a couple of gay guys. Yeah, that's what I think happened. But David Wilcock, his battery in his car died. And listen, all of us have these problems in life, you know? A few months ago, during the end of winter time, my battery in my car died. And I know what happened. I was going to the cabin. It was -10 at my cabin. And every weekend I'd go there and the car would sit in -10. And every weekend I'd had to jump it. I had to jump the battery to get home. These are normal problems that people have. David Wilcock turns this into it's such a huge emergency. And then wait till you hear what he claims he paid to replace the battery in his car, which happens to be a Land Rover. And I looked it up, and he's even lying about how much he had to pay, which is a form of a pity scam. Like, oh my God, guys, I had to pay $1,000 to replace the battery in my car. So feel sorry for me and give me free money. I'm so broke. It's a deep state attack. Yes. Somebody even said, did Steven drained your battery? Yes. Let's go.
Week got gobbled up with. I was basically driving out to one of our local water springs. There's a few different options.
He was driving to the gay bar. He changed the story. He was driving to the gay bar.
And so the spring that I drove to is down in a canyon, and it's extremely remote country area. There's nobody around. So right there, my battery died in the middle of nowhere, and I had no phone.
All right. First of all, if you drive in the middle of a desert with no phone, then you're a goddamn moron. You know, I won't drive to my cabin without a phone. It's 100 and something miles, and it's very remote out there. I will simply not drive without a phone. There have been an instance where my phone was malfunctioning, and I was going to buy a burner phone at the Walmart just to drive home with it. You don't drive in a remote area with no phone. But paranoid Wilcock is afraid the government's tracking him, I guess. I don't know. He's so paranoid.
I tried to start the car, and the ignition wouldn't even turn. I couldn't even get it to turn. I put the key in, and I'm like, oh my God, because I was going to back up a little more to get closer to the spring. And now I realize my car won't start. And I had a complete panic attack. So yes, I was at a water spring in the deep country, and I went through this initial phase of extreme terror.
And this is how we know. Look at this. Extreme terror. My car won't start. Like, David Wilcock, you live in a $2 million house. Don't you have AAA? Everybody knows what AAA. If you're not in the United States, AAA is a service. You pay like $150 a year, right? And they give you a little card with a 1-800 number on it. That's why you need a phone. If your car won't start, you get a flat tire, whatever's going, you get in an accident, whatever's going on with your car, it's roadside assistance. You call the 1-800 number on the card, and a tow truck driver shows up and helps you. I have AAA. Most people that drive should have AAA. If you don't, I recommend it, and they're not paying me to say this. If you get stuck somewhere once and get one tow in that year, it pays for itself. And I even get a free replacement battery, I think up to once every 2 years or something like that. So if they come and jump the battery, they can test it. And if the battery is weak, they just can give you a new battery. Yeah. And there's other forms of it. Somebody's mentioning USAA. That's another one. He cries about everything. You're right. I had an initial phase of extreme terror because the battery in my car died. You know, most people call a tow truck driver, you get a jump, you get the car home, then you take your wife's car, your friend's car, or you get a friend to drive you to Pep Boys, you get a new battery and you put it in. But David Wilcock is such a spoiled, entitled, rich brat that he can't even change a battery in a car. And listen, I have to preface this. My father was a mechanic. He was an aircraft mechanic, helicopter mechanic, actually. But he was also an excellent car mechanic and diesel mechanic. He was great at mechanic stuff. He could fix any broken vehicle. And I don't just mean cars. He could fix motorcycles, mopeds. When we were growing up, my dad used to go to flea markets and buy anything with a motor in it that was broken for cheap, like a broken lawnmower for $3, right? And then he would take it back to the garage, fix it, and resell it. My brother is an excellent mechanic. He took after my father. I am terrible with cars and mechanics. But even I can do a few things. I can change oil. I can do a tune-up. You know, all I got to do is change the spark plugs and the oil filter and the air filter and whatever. I could do an oil change, and I can change a battery. It's 2 bolts. You just unscrew the battery, you lift it out, you put the new battery in, you put the terminals on, and you tighten it up. A monkey could change a battery, but not David Wilcock. David Wilcock claims he has a 180 IQ, and he's such an entitled, rich, spoiled, brat, helpless baby that he couldn't deal with a massive problem like a dead battery in his vehicle. He had to get help, and it was it terrorized him with what just happened. What a pussy this guy is.
And at the same time I was going through this, I was smelling the wildfire smoke for the first time, which brought me back into a trauma halo of, oh my God, look at all the fires I went through in Los Angeles. Look at all the times that we defied death. No smoke in Cape Town, brother, looking good.
Exactly, Echo Piccolo.
No stress here. I would have reacted just like you. So this really, really freaked me out. I already have had, you know, as you know, a roller coaster ride in my life, ups and downs.
Yes.
And you'll have a good week and you'll have a bad week.
I can change a flat tire. That's another thing.
But the point is, I was doing well. You know, I was in a great place.
Soaked up a little from my dad and my brother.
The byproduct of still not having enough money and not being able to take care of.
Okay, so again, all of David Wilcock's problems become his audience's problems. Guys, I had to buy a battery and I'm broke. I don't have the money for that. So you guys are going to have to kick in and really donate today so I can recover from the $1,000 I spent to replace. Who spends $1,000 to replace a car battery, right? He's a moron. And yeah, somebody mentioned flat tires. I can fix a flat tire. I've had to do it for myself. I've had to go and help my wife when she got a flat tire, or a friend, or, you know, neighbor, whatever. Several times I've done that. I soaked up a little bit from my father. But, you know, my father be in the garage rebuilding engines. You know, I can't do that. Or taking engines out of a car. He'd take a motorcycle engine out, take the whole thing apart on a bench, rebuild it all with new parts and carbs or whatever, put it all back. I can't do any of that shit, but I can change a flat tire. I can change my oil. I can do a tune-up, you know. Little things I can handle, not big things. But let's listen to Wilcock cry.
All these things, if you don't take care of your stuff, then it catches up with you. So sure enough, the fact that I just, you know, have been trying to live basically broke and not, I can't take care of everything I need to take care of.
Don't you take the car for inspection every year? You could tell the mechanic that's doing the inspection, hey, could you check my battery and see if it needs to be replaced? He doesn't even do that. Why? Are you helpless or are you just a moron?
My battery.
Those are the only two choices. Well, either he's helpless or he's a moron or he's both. He's a helpless moron. I'm going for helpless moron.
My car wasn't working right. And, you know, it would, like, the clock would reset when I turned it on. I didn't even think about it. I really should have gotten a new battery earlier, but I didn't.
Well, there, you had all the signs that your battery was weakening and needed to be replaced. So why wouldn't you go to Pep Boys? Or, there's places like AutoZone, I think, where if you buy the battery, they'll come out in the parking lot, take your old battery out, put the new one in for you, and ring you up. It's like $150. Why would you not do that? Because David Wilcock is a helpless moron who's too good to do things like that.
And so there I was, and I don't carry my phone with me because I'm worried about surveillance. I'm worried about tracking. I figure, what, let me just go.
And by the way, if you are worried about surveillance and tracking, there's something called a privacy pouch. It's a little Faraday cage, it's a little pouch, leather one. I have them. And you put your phone in it, zip it up. No signals can get in or out of the phone. Period. Full stop. Nobody can track you. They can't listen in, any of that. Doesn't he know about those? Why do I know about those?
Go get water by myself with no phone. Therefore, nobody knows where I am. Nobody could track me there. So no incidents could occur. That's kind of thinking I had. But
how paranoid do you have to be that you're like, listen, I want to go get spring water, but I can't do that because the government may track me and know I'm getting spring water. Like, how arrogant of him. Does he really think the government cares if he's getting spring water and they're going to surveil him while he's getting spring water? This man is a delusional wreck. He's a paranoid wreck. And, not for nothing, but I swear I see signs of paranoid schizophrenia in him. And that's not based on any clinical knowledge. That's just based on growing up with a paranoid schizophrenic in my family. He's exhibiting all the classic signs of that. He's hearing voices in his head that are telling him what to say and what to do, and he's listening to them. And he's paranoid as hell. These are signs, in my opinion, these are signs of paranoid schizophrenia.
You know what? It's not a good idea to go that far, half an hour away from home without your phone.
Well, hindsight's always 20/20, moron.
Because I ended up having no other choice but to reach out to people for help. And this was a great lesson for me because I discovered, people are really kind. And if you are honest and if you tell the truth and you tell them what's going on, the first guy I spoke to, he had a pickup truck. He tried to jump me. It didn't work. The second guy was a really nice Jewish long-haired hippie.
He had to mention that it was a Jewish guy because, he has no problem with the Jews, right?
And he had a yarmulke on. And
even though he has basically said that they're Satan worshipers. Did you know that? David Wilcock says the Jews are Satan worshiping blood drinkers. He basically said that once. There's a famous clip of him saying this shit.
Him about that my friend was going to get me a mezuzah, which is a anti-demonic charm from Judaism. And Judaism is a part of Christianity. So
he's that kind of an idiot.
If this anti-demonic charm, the mezuzah, might actually
he didn't
work,
want his phone to ping at the gay park
against demons that we can get. Why rule anything out? Let's leave it all in there. Journey of a Healer.
I bet he tried to jump the guy in the pickup.
$20. Yeah. Thank you very much. Get a satellite phone. You don't have a burner phone? Yeah, okay, that's true. I could have done that.
Oh, goodness. So David Wilcock is going to milk this story for donations. That's basically what's going on here. He's milking this story for donations. Great.
Would you trade the Rocky Mountains for some Southern hospitality? Soo-wee! Yeah, absolutely. That's part of why I had this epiphany. Like, oh my God, I've got $275,000 just sitting there.
Oh, here, this is it. So he has $275,000 just sitting in a house that he owns with full equity that he could sell. But instead of selling that house, he's just going to beg morons on the internet to bail him out every time he needs money. Great. Yeah, you guys, I live in a $2 million mansion, and I also own a $275,000 house I could sell at any time. But I need you guys to donate to me so that I could keep my assets and just spend your money. Yes, and I have a 180 IQ, says VLR. Exactly. It's so ridiculous. This guy is such a scumbag.
In the equity of the house I grew up in, I can just sell that house. Yes, I did want to.
Liz E says, wow. And here we all thought he was literally bankrupt. He said he's bankrupt, and he's been bankrupt for years. But wait, there's a house he could sell. What else? If the IRS watched his streams, he might find himself in a cell with others mass arrested.
Go back there.
Get him,
I wanted to
IRS.
film in there, but you know what? If somebody buys it and later on I want to film in there, they'd either let me do it, you know, or I might buy the house back. Maybe I'll offer them something really nice at that point and say, you know what? So it doesn't really matter. That's what I figured out. I was like, wait a minute, I can let this go. I haven't even been able to visit the house since I bought it in like what, 2018 or something.
He bought it from his parents, I think.
2019. So yeah, we can let that go, and it inflated quite a bit.
I love how he's like, oh, I was going to film in there. Like, okay. Charles McDonald has heard the call of the goal and gifted 1 True Seekers membership. And this, my friends, is why you have to hit that subscribe button. Because if you hit the subscribe button, you could win one of these free memberships when a kind and generous soul like Charles McDonald gifts one. Like Reptilian Richard Ramirez. Reptilian Richard Ramirez was gifted a membership by Charles McDonald. Pardon me. So thank you to Charles McDonald for his kindness, generosity, and continued support of the show. Much, much appreciated.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Guys, I have nothing, but I have stuff also. Yeah, guys, I'm bankrupt. Well, except for that $250,000 house I own. Yeah. Dark Matter Sprinkle says, if I was his dad, I would be embarrassed to be his father. He calls the fire department to change his smoke detector batteries. Again, helpless rich slob. He's a helpless rich slob. That's what he is. He is a helpless rich slob. All right, let's go on to the next clip here. There we go.
Are you Jewish? Buddy James says no, but I grew up in a very heavily integrated area of upstate New York where, I don't know, man, it could have been as many as 30 to 40% of the people around were Jewish. I mean, I don't know if it's
I'd love
that
to know
much,
where he's talking about, because I'm very familiar with upstate New York. It's right near my cabin. I don't think there's anywhere near that many Jewish people there. It's all white people, mostly hillbillies.
It was a lot. And I didn't even notice. I mean, I didn't realize there was any anti-Semitism still going on until I went to the South and I went to Virginia. And people started saying mean things about Jews in front of me. And I'm like, whoa, what? Where did that come from? Like, nobody says that kind of stuff. What are you saying?
Yeah, clueless. You ever hear of something called the Holocaust? He didn't know there was anti-Semitism with his 180 IQ.
Did you see the Jugs woman at the water spring again? No. And that, thank you for reminding me of that.
The Jugs
that
woman.
That was a traumatic experience, dude. I mean, all I was trying to do was ask this lady, like, are you in line for water? And she just started screaming, why are you trying to get ahead of me? And I'm like, I'm not trying to get ahead of you. I'm just trying to figure out, are you here to get water, or are you just parked because maybe you're meeting somebody? Well, she just started screaming. Then she screamed at the other guy.
Yeah, he told an hour-long story about this previously.
She screamed at the other guy.
This was another traumatic major event in his life, just like a battery dying. You know, like I said, we all have little weird problems that happen in our life, but we don't make it into some big traumatic event and cry and bitch and moan about it like this pussy.
So it was like she was just being really, really mean to everybody. It was,
you know, I got to say, like, I was never like the bullying type growing up, but you know, when there's somebody in your circle of friends or people that's just such a little bitch, you want to smack them. You know, I never did, but I wanted to. That's how I feel about Wilcock. I never would, but I want to, right? He's just got that kind of like, you just want to shut up, bitch, you know? Whoosh.
Very scary threat.
That's why he's like this, because his dad didn't, you know, do that growing up, I think. Yeah, drama queen.
Profile experience. And so, yeah, here I am back at the same spring where I had this really bad luck with this woman. And now I've got no power in my car. And I just started going, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. And I was really freaking out, dude. I started to have like a massive panic attack.
Accuser of being a Steven
like, how the hell am I going to get out of here? Yeah. And so, again, there was a Jewish guy there, and I started to talk to him about
I
Judaism.
think it would take
and I
about
asked him,
12 dark matter
is
sprinkles.
that hat
but
that you're
yes.
wearing, is that spiritual? Yeah, it's a
I can't
yarmulke.
condone violence. as it goes,
Okay.
He is
So I said,
broke,
yeah, my
bald,
best friend
and
in high
gay.
school is
That
Jewish.
is
Anyway,
correct.
he ended up giving me so much help. It was really incredible. There was no reception inside the canyon area, but this guy went far out of his way to help me out. And I'm so grateful to him. His name is AJ. He's a great guy. I might even hire him to do switching for our next launch that I'm going to do with Chris, because he's very bright. He has a very good temperament.
Do switching. What
So
is
anyway,
switching?
we did a lot of work trying to figure out what to do to get me out of there. And I eventually realized the only option is to get a tow truck if I can't get it to start.
How did his wife put up with him?
So we went all the way up to the top of the hill, and we had to get to just this one spot where we get reception, and he found a tow truck company for me way the heck over in Estes Park. We had to drive from Estes Park to Ward. It was crazy. Then they couldn't find me, but he ended up giving them a pin that gave them my address. So I was stranded there for like an hour and a half, and I started to get really scared because I said, what if they just took the money and they're not coming? Because they said 1 hour, and it's been way more than an hour, and I'm still sitting here.
Obviously, Mr. Wilcock has never waited for a tow truck. They always give you two, most of the time, in my experience. They'll say an hour and it's an hour and a half, or they'll say a half hour and it's an hour. It happens. They get to you when they can get to you. I once got my car stuck in a ditch at winter at the cabin. I swerved. I was going what I thought was very slow. I was doing like 10 miles an hour, but I was coming down this hill and the road was icy, and I slid right into the woods. I went down like a small hill, and I hit a tree, and it took a tow truck driver like an hour to drag me out of there with winches and stuff. I didn't think he was going to do it, but he did.
Couldn't find my address because they said, oh, we'll just text you when we get there. I'm like, dude, I don't have a phone. I don't have a phone.
Because you're a moron. Everybody else has a phone, so they're used to just texting people like ETA 15 minutes or whatever, but you're a moron. You left home with no phone because you're worried about the men in black, as if the men in black care. Like imagine like there's an office somewhere with the men in black, and they're all like, hey, David Wilcock's on the move. He's looks like he's going to get water at a local spring. Let's track him via his phone. It's so ridiculous, childish, and stupid.
You get it? I'm stranded, and this guy doesn't want to hang around forever, and that's cool, but he's helping me now, so like, you got to talk to him. So and it ended up that my friend AJ gave them the
You
pin
must not have
where I was, and
AAA.
they
You got to
found
pay
me.
them before they come, yeah. They finally found him. Well, that's good news. There's a happy ending to this stupid story.
Oh my God, we're going to have to get my vehicle up on the pickup truck, on the tow truck. We're going to have to drive it all the way back to my hometown, half an hour away. Then we're going to have to get up the rocky hill. That might not even work. So now I'm going to have to like probably dump out some of the water because the car's going to be too heavy.
He's such a moron. He thinks the tow truck can't carry his car because there's 2 5-gallon jugs of water in there. As if the tow truck is so weak that, like, I don't know, 80 pounds is going to make a major difference, right? Like 80 pounds of weight is going to make such a major difference. Oh, let's empty the water out so we can get up a hill. You are a moron. You are a world-class moron, David Wilcock. You are a sheltered, spoiled, rich brat.
up there. So thanks to AJ's help, the tow truck came, and they used huge, thick jumper cables, and they had a huge engine, and the car started right up, and I was able to drive it home. And then I, had to go get a battery. Well, thank God, Ace Hardware, not too far from here, had the right battery. I called them up. I was all nervous. I didn't know if they'd have it. They did.
Who goes to Ace Hardware for a car battery? I didn't even know they sold car batteries. Most people go to Pep Boys or an auto parts store.
Neighbor friend of mine drive me to Ace Hardware, and I got the battery, and then I couldn't get the battery out. And so my body worker's husband...
180 IQ is either so weak or so stupid he can't loosen 2 nuts. That's all you got to do to get a battery out, Wilcock. Loosen 2 nuts.
Was actually able to yank out this very huge, nasty battery that was inside the vehicle.
My wife can change out a battery. I know lots of women that can change out a battery. Wilcock is more helpless than a woman. I'm going to say that one more time. Wilcock is more helpless than a woman. The average woman, I think, can change out a battery. I mean, that's just my opinion. The average woman can change out a battery. Review Tech Mongolia hearing the call of the goal, saying, one towards the David Wilcock anti-butt bang fund. Protect your butts from this alleged booty warrior. That is correct. That is correct. We're going to start a butt defense fund. But thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Yeah, it's time for him to turn in his man card. He can't even call himself a man, right? He can't even call himself a man. And thank you, Review Tech Mongolia, who's a long-time show supporter. I love to see those people that always support, coming back time and time again, dropping a couple bucks in my hat. I appreciate it very much, Review Tech. Thank you very much. I think Wilcock was saying the battery was too heavy for him. Oh, my God. Still, turn in your... If you can't change a battery in a car... Unless it's like been sitting for 20 years and it's all rusty. But even then, you spray some WD-40 on the terminals, give it some time to, ruminate, and then put a wrench on it. It's not hard.
Vehicle.
He had his masseuse's husband. So his masseuse has a husband that's more manly than him. That's the translation here.
He jumped up onto the engine like a cat and yanked it out. I paid him to come over in cash to do that. It was incredible. This guy, I've never seen anything like it. He literally just like jumped right up into the engine, and he squatted inside the engine with his head underneath the hood, and his feet are on the engine. We had 3,000 people watching.
That's literally physically impossible, but okay.
His feet are on the engine. He's like all squunched up in there. I'm like, oh my God, I would never take that kind of a risk. I would never want to jump up inside like that. And he just
he sure
yanked it
doesn't
up.
want to jump up inside vaginas because he's allergic to them. Yeah, Macario says David doesn't want to jump up inside anything. Ha ha.
And we were able to get it out because we had to hold everything open. It's really hard to get the battery out of this vehicle.
No, it's not. It's a Land Rover. It's easy to change a battery in a Land Rover.
And it's a very, very heavy battery because it has 900 cold cranking amps of power, which is like bigger than a Ford F-350 battery. So this is a really, really intense battery in my Range Rover.
Yeah. Not only does he live in a multi-million-dollar mansion, intelligent counterspell. Did somebody just dox a credit card number in the Kick chat? I hope not. Steve, how did his wife put up with them, says Ludinos. Well, Steven, she had a lot of cucumbers. Exactly. Yeah, but what is somebody doing, man? Don't put credit card numbers in the Kick chat. I deleted. Somebody put a credit card number in the Kick chat. I don't know if they were in the wrong. Maybe they were trying to do a sub and they were in the wrong window. Please don't put Doc's credit card information in my Kick live chat or any live chat. That's very dangerous. We don't want to do that. But we'll check in with the Kick revenue stream here to see if maybe somebody was trying to. No, we still don't have anything new over there. So just please be careful. Don't put credit card information in my live chat.
So he yanked it out. We got the new one in there, and I was still scared to drive it. So I took a long drive after it started. And I drove all around the mountains here and made sure I was doing it for like a half an hour just so that the battery has lots of stored up charge, and now it does. So, dude, this was like 2 days of my life. The day one was the car
what
breaking
drugs
down.
is this
I got
guy
stuck
doing?
at the water fountain for what had to have been 5 hours. So that ruined my whole day.
Too bad.
I thought I was just going to get in there, get the water, and get out. Ruined my whole day. So the second day, I still don't have, we were trying to charge the battery.
Let me ask the live chat. Would you let a dead battery in your car ruin your entire day? Or would you just deal with it and move on and have a good day? That's what I do. Shit happens. My wife just had a little minor accident and somehow ended up in a ditch on the side of the road. She completely shredded 2 tires, which ordinarily, if you shred 2 tires, that's bad enough. But what made it worse is we just replaced those 2 tires on her car. And somehow she skidded off the road, went into a ditch, and shredded 2 tires. I went We got her, we got her towed to the car, to the mechanic shop. We replaced the tires and we rolled on with our day. Double Tap Ranger Outdoors says, "Hey, bro, keep her up," with a kind and generous 279 Canadian. Well, thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Longtime show supporter, Double Tap Ranger Outdoors.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Thank you. And Double Tap Ranger Outdoors with another one, this time one for the goal. Thank you for that. Saying, "I bought a Bobcat. I just changed the battery in it in 5 minutes. Never owned one before. Have you seen some of the footage at my cabin of the Bobcat? My neighbor has one. I want one so bad, but I doubt I'll ever be able to afford one." And for example, with the new land that we have, there's a bunch of boulders in the way of one of the roads I need to move, and we're going to use his Bobcat for that. I'm so thankful. But thank you, Double Tap Ranger Outdoors, for your kindness, generosity, and long-time show support. We truly appreciate it. And Double Tap Ranger Outdoors, you appreciate us, and we definitely appreciate you.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Yeah, buy a $300 jumper. That's another solution. You can buy a little box that has jumper cables coming off of it. It's basically an extra battery, and you can jump your car. That's definitely an option. If this puts can't change a smoke detector battery, a car battery, yeah, right. Yeah, this loser can't even change a smoke detector battery. So is it any surprise that he couldn't change a car battery?
I got the car home, and it was looking good at first. You open up the door, the lights come on, you're like, shit, that's what we need. Okay, but then the next morning I open up the door and it's all black. There's no life at all in the battery. I'm like, oh my God.
That means it's an alternator.
So I called up our Ace Hardware. We went and we got it. And then my friend got it put in for me, jumping up onto the engine like a cat. So now I'm all back to normal. Everything is good again.
Oh, he was talking about the bad battery died the next day. Okay.
Again, we've had smoke at night. It wakes me up. Somehow that stress made me say, I just had to
stress. The stress. Did you hear him slur his words there?
Like a cat. So now I'm all back to normal. Everything is good again. And that stress, again, we've had smoke at night. It wakes me up. Somehow that stress made me say, I just had to give it back to God.
Give it back to God. Give it back to God. If you lose, yeah, give it back to God, Wilcock.
I know Steven drained your battery. It's terrible. No, I don't think Steven had anything to do with it.
Oh, for once he tells the truth. Yeah, Steven didn't have anything to do with it, moron.
I know Steven drained your battery. It's terrible. No, I don't think Steven had anything to do with it. It's my own fault for being broke. So anyway.
Call the Pope. It's a miracle, says Buffalo Spunks. He just claimed responsibility for his own actions. Yeah, miracle.
And I gave it back to God, and miracles occurred. So I am living proof that this system really works. So that's my...
He now has post-traumatic stress disorder from his car battery dying. Imps shoved a metal rod into his asshole. There was 2 days that he only ate hot dogs because his power was out, even though he had a freezer full of steaks. Please send him money. He's suffering.
My spiritual feel-good or not feel-good story of the week is like, you know what? I mean, dude, when I think back into that moment now of what it was like when I didn't know if the car was going to be able to be retrieved or if it was going to start, I was so scared. I feel it right now. I
will say this. You ever get in your car and you put the key in and the car like cranks slow and won't start? That is an oh shit feeling. But, most people, you just get over it. You don't turn it into some big dramatic story. What a drama queen bitch this guy is. What a bitch.
Thinking about it, it's like, oh my God. But I just systematically worked through the steps. I got everything done that I needed to get done, and it was awesome.
I systematically worked through the steps. I got a jump. I drove my car home, and then I got a friend to replace the battery because I'm too much of a bitch too. Those were the steps. Okay, those are the steps.
And then I had this huge epiphany. Like,
the money is coming, friends. Here we go again. Every week, the money is coming. His wife is not. Kevin Alt. The money is coming, but his wife isn't. Yes.
We have this board meeting on Thursday. It's like, oh, we're getting this huge investment like immediately because now we got a prototype in the United States. And that's where the plane's going to have to be made. So like, wow, that just completely changes everything that we thought we were going to be doing, the schedule. It's moved everything up.
Oh, the money's coming, friends. Every week he says the money is coming, but it never comes. The money never comes, and neither does his wife. That's the rule of Wilcock land.
Give it back to God.
At least not with him. She comes with a cucumber or with that new big buff dude that she's banging, right? Give it back to God. A 4-hour diarrhea dump of self-pity, grifting, and delusional horseshit, says Siberian Inquisitor.
Man.
All right, we'll go to the next clip.
In the disclosure process, we get forbidden technology.
Macario says they have billions coming in, but they have 10 spots left if you want to send them a couple of thousand. Hurry before the spots are gone. If there was ever a sign from above that Thunder was telling him to stop lying. So while he's doing this lying, all of a sudden there's a big thunderclap. That was God saying, stop lying, bitch!
Which can totally change our world. And so because my CEO of Stavati, Chris Bescar, has a background in that classified community, we know how to build these things. We know how to build power plants. We know how to make anti-gravity machines. We know how to make the power plants that you put in the anti-gravity machines so that they will work properly. And this is a huge, huge break.
Why doesn't he show us a working anti-gravity engine? Why doesn't he show us a working free energy engine? He would be famous. It would be world-shattering news if somebody created either of those two things. And he claims that they can do it, but they can't show us anything because it's a secret.
Bescar has a background in that classified community. We know.
Here we go. He says Bescar has a background in the classified community, and he's going to be selling a new course based on that lie. That's consumer fraud, David Wilcock. You better think twice. You better think twice. I know who the Colorado Attorney General is, buddy.
So because my CEO of Stavati, Chris Bescar, has a background in that classified community, we
There
know.
it is. He just said that his CEO, Christopher Bescar, has a background in classified projects. Really? Can you prove that, David Wilcock? You better be able to before you start your new scam, or you're going to have some problems, I'm predicting.
How to build these things. We know how to build power plants. We know how to make anti-gravity machines. We know how to make the power plants that you put in the anti-gravity machines so that they will work properly.
But they can't show us anything.
This is a huge, huge breakthrough.
It would be if you had a working piece of technology that you could demonstrate, but you don't. So this is just all more stupid fake stories from a guy who's made a living selling and telling stupid fake stories.
Probably going to print hover cars out of basalt composite, which is a volcanic glass. And if you heat that stuff
now
up,
they're volcanic glass,
basalt, and you do the right treatment on it, you get a very super hard metal. It's like a transparent type of metal thing, but it's very lightweight and it can't be cut or burned. I have had it!
What the
Sorry,
hell?
I'm just responding to my audience. That was a completely unnecessary outburst. I empathize and can understand how I get there. Having to grieve with a loved one is still alive. I've had no contact with both my parents for over 5 years. So yes, hover cars are the bottom.
So listen, he reads this incredibly sad story from somebody in his live chat, and he doesn't even stop for a moment. The selfish, self-centered prick that he is, he doesn't stop for a moment and say like, oh, I'm sorry that you're dealing with that or something, some human, emotion. He just goes right on with his bullshit story.
Line. It all comes back to, and I got to say, now my CEO says it wasn't the result of Trump, but I want to think that he was responsible anyway, because we've had a stunning development happen where the categorization of light sport aircraft, or LSA, has completely changed. And now with the new FAA regulations, it is much easier to get a light sport aircraft flight certified. And this is huge for us. It has drastically lowered our entry costs.
Again, more fake stories, more fake proof that they're actually doing anything. Show us a working aircraft, Mr. Wilcock. You can't. Show us a working aircraft, Mr. Bescar. You can't. All they have is computer drawings and simulations and fakery.
Get into doing hover cars and to get into doing other small aircraft that would use conventional wings and propulsion. The hover car uses wings too. So anyway, the point is
The fake hover car,
the
yes.
rules are changing. We do still have 10 slots left in Stavati. So if you are interested in
Yeah,
being,
we've got $800 billion coming, but we need your couple $1,000. And Rotary Matrix gifted one True Seekers membership, and he's keen to do that. Rotary Matrix has bought a lot of gifted memberships, and thank you for that, Rotary Matrix. And this, my friends, is why you have to hit the subscribe button. Do it now. Hit that subscribe button. You could win a free membership. Like Hybrid817, who was gifted a free membership by Rotary Matrix. Thank you for your kindness, generosity, and support. Rotary Matrix, very, very kind of you.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash.
Yes, they command you to praise the cash. It's not a request. And thank you, Rotary Matrix. And I saw another one here that we'll call out very quickly. And I totally forgot about this. This is a great idea. And thank you for bringing it to my attention. Tim Curley. Stephen, please add the clip to the Clips channel of when Sarah R. Adams' fake simp lawyer called you live on air. That was pure gold. Well, I'm going to have to find it. So if you know a link to that show, which show it was in, remember we have thousands of live shows. I can check with film.com and try to find it. But I'd appreciate if maybe you have the link that you could just send it to me. I would definitely want to put that on the Clips channel because you're right. That shit was funny. For those unaware, this fake psychic that I was exposing and busting, she had a fake lawyer call me live on my show and threaten me. And I put him on speakerphone and just ripped him to shreds. It was beautiful. Thank you, Tim Curley, 2166, for reminding me.
Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
That is correct, Tim Curley. That was pure gold, and I will find it. I will find it. That was classic, says Soil Alpin 918. And Broken Hip says, I actually remember that. Yeah, I remember that sad act simp. Yes, we're gonna find that clip. We'll put it up. If I can find it tonight, I'll post it on the Clips channel, I promise.
scale investor, please write us an email at stavati.com. We still right now have 10 slots left. And dude, after the news that we just got on Thursday, that the development of our prototype is going to be funded here in America, that first huge tranche of funds is coming right into this country from the beginning.
Yeah, we're getting $800 billion, but we still need your couple $1,000 investment right now. This all but proves that they're never going to get any money. They wouldn't be begging for a couple $1,000 from individual investors if they were getting an $800 billion deal. That's just my opinion.
That we're going to create American jobs. We're going to hire American workers.
Yeah, you claimed that you're going to get American jobs before, create, what was it, hundreds of jobs in Niagara? You created none. And the local community called you basically a scam. So there's that. They're not creating any jobs.
We're going to be hiring people to build an airliner that burns 31% gas, travels at Mach 0.95, which means a 5-hour flight becomes almost a 4-hour flight.
Oh, yeah. Our fake airplane is so much better than those real airplanes that you're used to, except ours is fake and will never materialize. So this is all just bullshit.
4 hours and 9 minutes. You can get around the beverage cart in the aisle. The aisle is wide enough that you
my God, you could get right around the beverage cart. This is groundbreaking technology.
have to wait for somebody to pull it back. It's significantly quieter. We haven't actually measured the decibel difference, but I think it's going to be very significant. So everybody's going to want to fly in these airliners, and so
if you actually build them, but you won't because your company is a sham and a scam, in my opinion.
Yeah, now is probably the last time, actually. Like, this may be the last week that anybody could get into our company as a small-scale investor now. I don't have any
until next week when they ask for money again.
Other information, but if you want information, you just have to write us at whoa. Do you guys hear that? That was a huge freaking clap of thunder.
Yeah, God was warning him to stop lying to his audience. That's what that thunder was. It was God saying, stop lying to people. 31% gas. What the hell is that? They run on jet fuel. Yeah, they run on Jet A. Yeah. Max Spears, haven't thought about that mess in years. Well, I've got a show upcoming that you're going to want to see. For those unaware, I've got the biggest expose on Sarah R. Adams, and it's coming very soon to Truth Seekers. Unfortunately, for legal reasons, I have to hold off and do some more research before we can air that episode. But you're not going to want to miss this, and Sarah R. Adams is not ready for this. Can you say body cam? Can you say psychedelic mushroom overdose, Sarah R. Adams? Can you say that? You will be soon. A lot of people will be saying it soon. Caleb Keppel, 1964, with one for the goal. It takes between 5 and 9 years to get FAA certification and rate it for passengers. You are correct. In my research, I've determined that you are correct. So all of this stuff, even if they were able to do it, is 5 to 10 years out. But Wilcock's talking about it like it's going to happen next week. But thank you, Caleb Keppel, who is a big show supporter, and we appreciate that.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Thank Ra Almighty.
Is this the one where he shits all the time? No, that was last week where he was shitting all the time. Yes. Pathfinder says, can't wait for that. Oh, it's going to be my best show ever. I guarantee. As far as gotcha moments and like holy geez moments, oh man, I wish I could preview. All I could say is Sarah R. Adams basically overdoses on psychedelic mushrooms and psilocybin, and she's screaming and yelling. She had to be sedated. Oh, it's going to be quite the show, and we've got some whistleblowers on Sarah that are going to be on the show. Leave the multidimensional princess alone. No, I have destroyed many a grifter's grift, and hers is next on the chopping block. This expose we're going to do on her is a kill shot. Her grift will be over. She will not be able to scam anyone on the internet after we're finished with this show that we're doing on her. It's going to be something else, friends. Let's continue with the live fest. We'll go to the next clip. Oh, wait a minute. How did we miss that? Oh, next one. Here we go.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and select, depending on how much.
This is where he talks about he's going to be selling fake Pete Peterson stories to morons for $300. Remember that Pete Peterson was not a government insider. He was a fake doctor with a fake education that ran pump and dump stock scams and what most people would call techno scams. And he never worked for Ronald Reagan like Wilcock claimed. He never worked for the government like Wilcock claimed. He was a fake doctor with a fake technology company.
And how much I want to work, but I'm going to get 20 to 25 of the most amazing quotes from each of the 7 Michael Prophecies.
Oh no, this
books,
is the Michael Prophecies.
and we're going to do one video for each book. And there's going to be 7 videos in a row. And I'm going to actually go through all of this material that we don't usually get to hear in that launch, because I promised that I would go through the 7 books, but I've never really done it. And then at the same time, Chris Bescar is going to be coming forward with all these new revelations. We're going to really get into the stories of Pete Peterson.
Remember, Pete Peterson was a scam artist. He was a fake doctor that Wilcock claimed worked for Ronald Reagan. He never did. Wilcock claimed he worked for the Russian equivalent of NASA. He never did. Wilcock claimed he was an early computer pioneer. He never was. He ran pump and dump stock scams. He was a small-time techno swindler. That's what he was. He wasn't a government insider. And here, David Wilcock is offering his followers this insider, classified, secret government insider knowledge. No, the guy was a con artist, and so are you for trying to sell people fake stories from him. And he's dead. So Wilcock could literally say anything he said and steal money from people, con people out of money for these fake stories. That's what he's going to do, con people out of money for fake stories from a fake government insider. That's called consumer fraud, David Wilcock. Get ready, bitch.
The things that our mutually shared insider friends talked about. Now, this is a way
Who's this
for
chick?
Chris and I to talk about a lot of interesting stuff.
Yeah, here. We can't talk about the interesting stuff on YouTube. We have to put it behind a $300 paywall because that makes sense. The government will allow us to sell classified secret knowledge, behind a paywall, but not publicly on YouTube. Double Tap Ranger Outdoors asking, who's this chick? Search Sarah R. Adams from the YouTube search bar. You could see our previous coverage. She is a fake psychic healer swindler. A fake psychic healer swindler. David has all this insider information, says Sam Corbin, regarding alien technology, but he can't change the battery in his Range Rover. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't make any sense. Proof positive, right, that he's a swindler.
That we can get away with it a little more, where we can talk about something that Chris might have experienced, but we know that Pete says he did. So we're going to discuss Pete's testimony, as we like to call it.
Yeah, so basically, David Wilcock and Christopher Bescar, in my opinion, are going to tell fake stories. And then the prover maneuver is going to be, yeah, Pete Peterson told me that Chris Bescar really did build spaceships for the secret space program and really did work on classified projects. So you've got a dead source who's a complete and total provable fraud that said he was a government insider that never was, is going to back up David Wilcock's new fake government insider. This is ridiculous. This is scam level maximum. David Wilcock is so desperate for money that he's going to be taking real big risks on basically consumer fraud here. If he takes money from people claiming that Christopher Bescar worked on classified military projects, and he cannot prove that except with the testimony of a dead man that's also a fake government insider, you're going to have legal problems, Wilcock. That's my prediction for you.
That comes from Dr. Greer, where he was always trying to get people into Congress so they'll give congressional testimony.
Well, if Pete said he did
that's been
there
happening.
you go.
We've had disclosure in Congress. So this is going to be a major new disclosure announcement in a 7-part paid course where we're going to have
any angle to get
Chris
cash.
Bescar and I discussing many, many volatile things that are secrets that he's never been able to say or talk about before.
Oh, sure. So he worked on top secret projects, but if you pay $300, he'll be able to tell you all about them behind a paywall. As long as you give David Wilcock $300, then it's perfectly okay for him to spill classified government secrets behind a $300 paywall. Can't do it on YouTube for free, guys, but we can, violate the Espionage Act. Listen, if he did work on government projects and he talked about it in a course behind a paywall, he would be instantly arrested by the government. And that's not going to happen. So that alone should be proof that he's full of shit. He's so full of it, he waddles instead of walks, just like Wilcock.
And we figured out that by talking about the Pete stories, we're going to be able to get away with this. I hope one day I can work at Stavati. So do I.
Hear this? We're going to be able to get away with this by talking about stories a dead man told me and charging you morons $300 for those.
I hear Pete Peterson's name all the time. It must be important to listen to this. Okay.
Yeah, what you need to know is Pete Peterson is a fraud, and David Wilcock's been using him as a fake source for years. He's a fake source. He never worked for the government. He's a fake source. He didn't do any of the things Wilcock claimed. He's a fake source. He was a senile old man that David Wilcock took advantage of to sell morons fake stories with Pete as the source. And let me just say, if your source is a complete and total provable fraud, fake doctor with a totally fake college education, that's red flag number one, that your source is shit and you shouldn't use that source.
So one of the things that we are now going to be able to talk about is the work of an Area 51 insider named Ken Happel. And Ken Happel actually designed...
I went looking for this guy. I don't believe that he exists, but if anybody knows any information on this guy, Ken Happel, that worked on Area 51 technology, let me know.
What we call Little Girl, which was the real Terminator.
Oh, yeah, this is a great story.
The Terminator movie was based upon the truth of Pete Peterson's classified work, and Pete Peterson's...
Listen to this. So Pete Peterson, the fraud fake insider, claimed that the Terminator movies ripped off his real story.
He was called Cyberdyne Systems.
I went looking for Cyberdyne Systems. There's one over in Asia, but there's never been one in the United States predating the Terminator movies. So this is bullshit.
Terminator robots, and then...
Listen to this. Pete Peterson, the fake government insider with the fake education, the fake doctor, the techno scam swindler built the Terminators, and that's what they based the movie on. Come on, David Wilcock. How desperate for material are you? You're just going to mine popular movies and claim they're real?
Apparently...
Well, he's already claimed that Star Trek and Star Wars is basically documentaries, and that shit's real, so I guess.
According to him, James Cameron's team used licensed copies of blueprints and diagrams of what they were building in classified programs to make the Terminator that Arnold Schwarzenegger's character played.
Can you prove that, David Wilcock? If not, selling a course and saying this shit is consumer fraud. I don't think, Wilcock, you understand. You're not going to be allowed to just lie to people with fake government insiders, especially dead ones, and another fake government insider in the form of Christopher Bescar, and steal money from people. The times when you were able to get away with that are gone now. There's too much scrutiny on you. You're not going to be able to get away with this, Wilcock. You better start rewriting that fucking course right now, today. You better start rewriting the course, because your days of being able to get away with this are over. Oh my God, how much longer do we got here? Wow.
When you see the robotic chassis,
here's the Terminator
that's not
story.
just something that they invented for a film, apparently. But the real, they created an AI, they had a quantum computer chip, and the real AI was given the Isaac Asimov's laws of robotics.
You might be talking about Bob Lazar, I don't know.
No harm. They turned this thing loose on the internet, and it decides that it's a 7-year-old girl, and that's why they called it Little Girl. So they had given the classified.
Yeah, we've all heard these fake stories 10 times now, but supposedly Dave Wilcock has more fictional stories that he's holding back.
In our next launch. They gave the robot, they gave the AI, and it had said that it was a little girl, and they were like, okay, whatever, you know. It identified as a little girl. That's what it wanted to be. The AI wanted to be a little girl, which is very different than the movie Terminator. They didn't put that in there. Arnold Schwarzenegger was way more intimidating than a little girl. So on the big day after they'd given the robot, like, I don't know what it was, 9 months to work in a factory alone, and it could build its own tooling and it could do whatever it wanted to do. That was a very dangerous move, right? But they did it. On the big day, the blast doors open up. They expect they're going to see some Terminator robot come boom, 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 coming out. Of course,
Matt Murray says, is he just sitting at home watching reruns of Small Wonder? Sounds like it.
The doors open up and there's nothing there. And then this little girl shows up with curls in her hair and braids in her hair. I'm getting chills. Oh, my God. Little girl shows up with, you know, a pinafore dress, a little blue and white pinafore dress, like Little Bo Peep, and she's got blonde. Yep,
they're used to getting away with low thought, low energy grifts, and that time is over.
Pippi Longstocking.
He's not going to be able to get away with this one. The police may get involved.
They didn't realize what was going on. And so the military officials, you got these guys with all this brass on their chests. What are you doing here, little girl? And she says, it's me. And they're like, what's you? I'm the robot. I'm little girl. I told you I'm a little girl. And he says to her, well, you don't look very dangerous. How are you supposed to be a battle robot?
Yes. So this is the stupid story that a senile old man told him, including claiming that he invented Cyberdyne systems and all these advanced AIs. The guy died broke and penniless. And when they repossessed his house, the house was filled with dead cats and bottles of piss. I'm going to say that one more time. This guy, Pete Peterson, who he's talking about, told him this story when he died, and his house was repoed. His house was filled with bottles of piss and dead cats.
And she says, well, I can do this. And she takes her hand like this, and this laser comes out of her hand.
Wow.
And she does a circle, and the entire blast door that they had just opened up, that's like 2 feet thick sheet iron, she cored
Space
a
Goblin
hole
says,
out of the
this is
blast
another
door,
mother
and it just fell
effer,
on the
man.
ground.
I agree.
Like, whoa. And it turns out that her belief was, she said, you know, none of you guys suspected anything, did you? So if I came in here to kill all of you, you're not going to expect a little girl is going to be able to do this stuff with her hands.
Oh, little girl with laser hands. Wow. Great story, Wilcock.
So anyway, we've got that story and many, many other stories that we're going to go into way more detail about, the secrets behind Terminator.
Yeah, we've got all the fake stories that I've made up with my dead friend. Yeah.
And we're going to most likely call it the Great Awakening. So I'm starting to put this together.
Yeah, there's going to be a great awakening, Wilcock, like you waking up in prison.
We're going to do a 7-part series, and then we're going to do a 7-part Greatest Hits of Michael Prophecies. As I said, I'm going to read the best quotes from every book, and I'm probably also going to do a 7-part thing on the chakras, chakra awakening, where I'm going to give you the teachings of each of the chakras. So that's my commercial.
You probably
for today,
could, Caleb, sell
but
him
I
a
do
prop
hope that you will
from
step up
Cyberpunk
boldly
and
and
tell him
help
it's
us
from
with
Area
this,
51.
because I do really need to have income so that I don't have my car battery breaking down. It took a lot of productive time out of my week this week.
Yeah, and so here is where he's making his problems his audience's problems. Look, guys, I need money because I spent money on a car battery. So you guys have to step up and buy this course full of bullshit stories with no evidence and no proof that all were told to me by a dead man that was a con artist. And I'm going to repeat them and take your big money from all of you because I need the money, damn it.
And so, yes, I want to make friends with money. And doing a paid launch, I know I've been really good to you guys. I haven't charged for anything, but
He does, every one of his streams is monetized and he collects super chats. He charged $258,000 is what he made from YouTube, telling his fake stories on YouTube last year. The stories weren't free, David. You were paid $258,000. You didn't give anything away for free. Not one thing.
we actually can't release this stuff about Pete Peterson the normal way. It has to be done through a paywall. And there's going to be all kinds of great new secrets in there. So
yeah, we can't release these fake stories on YouTube. We have to put it behind a paywall. So give me $300 and then we'll be able to put these stories behind a paywall. It makes no sense. This is a scam. This is a scam, David Wilcock.
Long to hear about cosmic top secrets. That's what we're probably going to call it. That part of the module.
Oh boy,
so more
cosmic
evidence,
top
more
secrets.
information will be coming up. I do
more evidence. You never provided a single shred of any evidence of any of the Pete Peterson stories, and you've been telling them for years. Suddenly now you're going to have evidence? I hope you have evidence that can prove that my research was wrong, that his education was real and he was a real doctor. I hope you're going to have evidence that he actually worked for the Russian equivalent of NASA, like you said. I hope you're going to have evidence that he was an early computer pioneer. Do you have the business filings to show where he founded a company called Cyberdyne Systems? Do you have any of that evidence? Because I have evidence that that's all fake, Wilcock. I have the receipts, bitch. That's the difference between you and me.
Those David Stones, too. We're going to have a VIP option.
Oh, a VIP option where you get a free rock if you buy my bullshit course of stories repeated by 2 fake government insiders, one of which is dead, that nobody can fact check, that was a con artist. Awesome.
We'll probably do a total of 500. I think the land can only handle about 500 stones.
He can only handle.
So we're going to give away.
Yeah, Wilcock can only handle going around collecting 500 rocks on his property. Any more than that is too much work. Getting $300 a rock, that's not great. You know, it takes too long to find each rock, guys. I can't do more than 500 rocks.
Those stones as part of the VIP option. We will mail them to you. I'm looking into how to get that done. That's all stuff I want to talk about this coming week. Holy moly. So you guys are responding to the story of Little Girl. Wow, this is insane. The real Chucky doll. I'm a battle robot.
Hey, good for you,
How
Tales of
exciting.
Sonic
The movie,
Voyage.
The
And good luck with the
Creator from
release.
2023 shows this as a little robot boy. Yeah, so, you know, we're not supposed to give out names, but for whatever, sign me up now. All right. Yeah, so we're going to, it's probably going to be around like, you know, we'll do an early bird flash sale where you can get it for 200. Then it's probably going to go up to 222.
Oh, 222.
And with the David
Discount
Stone
bullshit. And you get a David rock from his yard. What a great value.
option, that's a way for you to help donate and get, you know, honestly, I think these stones are going to go up because I'm only going to do this once. The event in person is not canceled, and I may try to do stones then. I can't guarantee that I will. But and anyway, you know, I do need to have more money, you guys.
Yeah, you guys, I really need more money. $258,000 a year from YouTube income alone is not coming up, you know. Yeah, the relic chip from Cyberpunk. I'll look it up. Yeah. I will explain the kick stream. It was a mess. I apologize. I'm going to do that when we're through the clips. Yes, I tried to do a tech test from the cabin. It did not go well. I'll explain.
I realize, like, you know, it's great that I give all my content away, but all I have to do.
He doesn't give any content away. All of his content is viewer paid for by ads that they have to sit through.
Is charged for some things, and then all of this misery and pain and fear and sadness and and misery and sleepless nights that I go through. It all goes away. I just need some money.
Listen
So
to him
I am selling
guilting his audience. All my pain, all my misery, all my suffering can go away if you guys just buy my product. My worthless product of stupid nonsense information from fake people. If you guys just buy my stupid, worthless, fake information, all my misery, all my suffering, all my pain will just go away. Way to guilt your audience, Wilcock. Why is your problem their problems?
my house. I am selling 621, but I also need to do this launch because that can put a bow tie on everything, make all the problems go away. So again, we're gonna have 2 price points. And with the David Stones, yes, we do want to do a public event, but I realized, first of all,
yeah, he realized he's not going to make enough money on the public event. So he has to do a $222 course and then a $300 live event and hope that he makes enough money from morons before the year ends and his grift all comes crashing down before the end of the year.
the maximum amount of money that I can get off the public event is less than half of what I can get from selling my house. So I'd have to do 2 public events.
So poor guy, he can only make 100. He's saying he can only make about $125,000 off of each public appearance. Do you know there's rock stars that don't get paid $125,000 for one public appearance? Do you know there's actors that do films for less than $125,000 to do a whole film? And he's crying that, oh, this live event, I can only make $125,000, guys. That's not enough. I need more than that.
Plus more to get what I can get from selling my house. And the reason we're doing the launch first is, frankly, we need to, because the in-person event just doesn't have enough income to really satisfy
Yeah, $125,000. That's not enough, guys.
needs that I have. So the launch is the premier model that we have available to us.
Oh, wow. And Macario says he can't talk to you about the top secret information unless you pay him. If you don't know, that's how it works. You can release secret info as long as someone pays you for it. You know the U.S. spies who were paid by Russia for top secret info? Well, they were all released. Only the ones who gave it out for free got in trouble. Everyone, David's rocks are the new Bitcoin. Yeah, he's trying to pretend that his rocks are somehow valuable. I don't know.
Can I ask who is Chris? Chris Bescar is the CEO of Stavati Aerospace, who designed these. And I was told when I met Pete Peterson in 2009.
Here's the super duper prover maneuver. A con artist, senile old man, told me this, so it must be true. A guy with a fake education who claimed to be a doctor but never even went to college told me this, so it must be true.
Designed these, and I was told when I met Pete Peterson in 2009 that
yeah, he's still getting paid from
I don't want to say what
residuals from ancient
I probably
aliens.
shouldn't say their name, but it's related to the Navy. Okay, that a naval organization.
He's the
had
top
me
UFO
under
DSP.
heavy watch.
Yeah.
Private surveillance. I even now, the Colonel Robert Fairlawn, my friend Robert Fairlawn, is not his real name. He was assigned to keep an eye on me since 2001. And all the way back in 2001, they said, you know, Chris Bescar is so smart, he's on the inside. David Wilcock is so smart, he's on the outside. We, as a military intelligence community, we need to get these 2 guys together, because what they're going to do when they come together is going to be freaking amazing.
Oh, sure. Can you show us the military people that actually said this, or is this just another fake story in a long list of fake stories you tell, you lying scumbag grifter con artist?
So they planned, the Navy planned on me meeting Chris all the way back.
Yeah,
in
at least
2001.
Greed is a real doctor,
I didn't hear about Chris until 2009. And I met him in 2009. He invited me to be a part of his aerospace company. And at first I said, what am I going to do, build airplanes?
Yeah, and then you gave him all your money like a fucking moron.
I mean, but remember, here's another thing. When
it is cult-like to want to rock from David's garden.
And med beds, I'm like, okay, I'm in. We'll sell
as though
the
it has been
airplanes to
given
raise
divine
the money
power
to
because
release
of
the
connection to
groundbreaking
David.
technology. We've got great jet designs.
Great scam.
We'll commercialize those designs. We'll raise capital.
We'll see his
and
magic
we'll
rocks on
reallocate
eBay.
our profits into the stuff that nobody else can do, because this DS is blocking you from doing it. That's really what this slide is about here. Extraterrestrial life may exist, but the government is hiding it. Well, they're hiding this technology, so we want to bring that technology out. So Pete Peterson in 2009.
Why say a name when it's not his
Chris
real name?
Bescar was, quote,
Make it
the best designer of aircraft and spacecraft spacecraft. Yeah, spacecraft.
Yeah, he's never built a single airplane, but somehow he's built spaceships. What a crock of nonsense.
In the world, the best designer of aircraft, spacecraft in the world. Okay, wow.
His lips must get really dry blowing all the dudes because he's constantly putting chapstick on his lips.
So that's pretty weird. That's pretty interesting. So that's how it all got started.
That's his blowing stick.
It's so dry here. My lips are cracking. I'm sorry to have to do that, but
yeah, from all the BJs he's given out.
So then he's ordered a surge of law enforcement in D.C. Oh, why is that?
Mass arrests tonight.
Starting tonight.
Mass arrests tonight. That was yesterday night. There was no mass arrest, friends. Spoiler alert.
Including agents from FBI, DEA, ATF, Immigration, and ICE, along with other agencies. All federal units will be operating in clearly marked...
Yes, if you buy his nonsense stories for a limited time, he's offering to give you a rock from his yard because somehow he's connected to angels. So if you have a rock from his yard, you'll have divine connection to his property. That's what he's saying. It's part of the scam, you know.
Vehicles. Well, dude, that kind of sounds like the mass arrests. Military in the streets. Oh,
he's got lip
Isn't
crabs.
That what we're expecting
yes,
is going to happen. Yeah,
he hasn't shut up yet.
That's what
diarrhea of the mouth.
Going on. So, like, ooh, man, this is getting really spicy.
I don't want to imagine them coming together.
Going, but it's so exciting, you guys. If you know what I know, because remember, not only did Pete Peterson tell me that there were, you know, tall whites and reptilians and grays and Nordics.
A fake government insider, senile old man, told him about all these alien races, so it must be real. Never mind the fact that the guy faked his education, faked his work history, probably faked his military involvement, faked working for the Russian equivalent of NASA, faked working for Ronald Reagan. But hey, his alien stories are true, guys.
Different types of humanoid-looking extraterrestrials, including insectoids. We're going to talk about that in the course. He also said that there is an alliance and that they're going to arrest the DS. And that when they do, everybody's going to get emergency message systems on their phone.
Oh, the 3 days of darkness and the messages on the phone. How many times have you said this, Wilcock? 100 times? 200 times? He's been promising mass arrests since like 1998. It never happens. He's just repeating Q-tard garbage talking points.
I was talking about this publicly since 2009.
Well, there you go. At least since 2009.
Didn't come out until 2017 in October, end of October, and that's when it validated everything that I'd been leaking through Intel for years prior to that point.
He has Intel.
And it was on my website, and
he's
was
getting
in conferences,
briefings.
and it was in television shows, and it went on and on. I'm talking about the alliance, the alliance, the alliance, the alliance.
The alliance doesn't exist. That's another construct made up by the fraud Pete Peterson, his fake government insider source.
And then they came out on their own in 2017 using this letter. And it totally validated everything that Pete had told me that I'd been sharing with you guys since 2009. So I do believe this is true. I've been vetted on this stuff for a very long time.
He hasn't vetted anything.
And it's super exciting because, again, what we get on the other end is disclosure.
Yeah, we get the mass arrests and the disclosure. It's all happening soon, friends. It's all happening soon. Oh, no. Where are we at? Oh, no, we're here. Okay.
So then
we'll get to the next one. But before we do, we want to thank a kind and generous benefactor, Caney Death Squad, with one for the goal. Total arrests last night were 37. That's low for a city like DC population, so not a good look for the feds. Really? That's all the arrests? Wow. Well, that's interesting, but thank you for your kindness, generosity, and your support of the show.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Everybody's just...
Oh, let's go on to the next clip. He's talking about the small country again. He means Israel, but for some reason he won't say the word Israel.
Everybody's just going to be like, oh, yeah, okay, just go ahead and do a ground invasion and just...
He has a terminal case of Q-tardation. I agree. I had a family member that had that.
Oh my God.
FPU soft.
I'm very much in support of everybody that...
This family member wasn't allowed to talk to me at family events. Like, I gave my wife straight, like, don't let him near me. Don't let him near me, or I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Don't let him near me. Don't let him talk to me about Q-tard nonsense for 2 hours at a family event, or I'm going to lose my shit, right? Yeah, Q-tardation is definitely a thing.
identifies with this country. You know, like I said, in high school, 40% of the population where I grew up was probably Jewish. So yeah, I couldn't even believe it when I went to the South and somebody said something anti-Semitic in open conversation. I'm like, what the hell are you doing? But anyway, there's a big difference between good, God-fearing people who believe in a divine creator, which they call Hashem. So like my friend, the brother, the guy that I outran the tornado with, he says Hashem's blessings. You know, he says that. Fine. You know what? I can grok that wording. I would call it Christ. I think it's basically the same thing.
Oh, Jews and Christians don't worship the same God necessarily. I mean, maybe. I don't know. That's a judgment call, I guess. That's a question for a theologian, not for a lowly show host like me. But at least the next ones are quick.
When in Sedona, much appreciation from the Sullivans of Sedona.
He's thinking about moving to Sedona, which coincidentally is where his ex-wife lives.
Ooh. I feel great about Sedona, and selling my house is going to give me the money.
Yeah, it seems like they're only arresting true criminals or
go
something.
Back, and now I'm not waiting anymore, and I just have solvency, and then this launch is really going to help.
Yeah, he did say he had
I'm
large
interested
legal
in your
bills.
upcoming course. It will put it at roughly 300 Canadian. Do you offer discounts or scholarships so it's more on par? Well, we typically do end up doing a payment plan, but that's not going to be for a couple of 3 weeks at the beginning.
He lets you pay for his bullshit in 3 installments.
To charge the full price at first, if you can only acquire it by doing a payment plan and installments of 3 months, you know, a third for 3 months. We are going to make that available, but it won't be at the beginning. That's just a typical way.
What a scam. You can buy our bullshit in 3 monthly installments.
You're supposed to do these launches, you know. It helps a lot with getting more of the income that you need at the beginning.
Okay. He's got to get plenty of income, guys.
So yes, we do have a course coming up called The Great Awakening. We're going to have payment plans eventually, but not at the beginning.
Here's the pitch.
And I really, really want to see you guys step up and help me, because you can create a miracle for me.
Here he is guilting his audience. You can solve all my problems by buying this shit.
It is a little bit painful for you to spend that money. I do get that. I'm not saying it's cheap. It's not cheap. But we're not going to charge $333. We're going to get it down to $222. I've been solid on that. I want to make it more approachable. $333, I don't think enough people would do it, and it won't do as well.
Yeah, $222 is so much better. It doesn't matter what you're charging. Your information is worthless. It comes from con artists and scammers and grifters and fake doctors. It has no value. It doesn't matter if you charged $1 for it. Even if you only charged $1 for the whole thing, you're still scamming people, because the people that you're telling stories from are fake sources. They didn't work for the government. They didn't work on classified anything. So even if you only charge $1 for it, you're still scamming people. He wants credit. Like, listen, I'm not scamming you out of $333. I'm only scamming you out of $222. Good luck with this, Wilcock.
So we're going to go for volume, but this is really going to help me out. So I hope you will seriously consider, if you've enjoyed this show, if you've benefited from this for the last 2 years, off and on, or maybe consistently, this is a way that with a relatively small sacrifice, you can give back to me and eliminate all of the things that you're always hearing me complain about. Oh my God, I don't have money. I'm so worried.
Yeah, you guys could solve all my problems. Just listen, maybe I should try this, right? Listen, guys, if all of you could just give me $222, you could solve all of my current financial problems. All I need is $222 from every person in this live chat, all 230 of you. And if all 230 of you people just give me $222, you solve all my problems. And this is a way that you could give back to me, especially you low down, dirty, rotten content thieves that never send me a super chat or any money. You can solve all my problems. Yes, Skyprop, he'll make up new problems then. I totally agree.
Stressed out. This is going to fix all of that. So thank you in advance.
You guys can fix all my problems for a low fee of just $222, friends.
For helping us. I really
praise the cash, bitches. Just send in your $222. I really appreciate it. No, you don't. He doesn't appreciate any of this.
All these insiders have no money to give you.
Well, look at this. All these government insiders, and they don't have any money to give him. He has to grub from his fucking morons.
You guys are my family. You guys are my audience. And sometimes I'm asking you to help me out. I haven't actually created any new products in 2 years.
He's been selling the Michael course for the entire 2 years. So, okay, there hasn't been any new bullshit courses, but you're selling the old bullshit courses still.
So I think that's pretty amazing that I've done 2 years where everything that I gave you is free.
It's not free. You have to sit through ads, which you're being paid for. You got $258,000. And let's extrapolate. If he's saying that he got $258,000 last year from YouTube, then it's a reasonable assumption that he got about $250,000 the previous year from YouTube. That would mean that he got paid $500,000 for the past 2 years, and here he is saying that he gave it all away for free. That is a factually inaccurate, complete and total bold-faced lie. You did not give anything away for free. You were paid, I believe, maybe up to $500,000. That's not free. You got paid $500,000. What happened to that $500,000? Now he's here begging for more. One thing you find out about these con artist, grifter, scammers is no matter how much money they extract from the people, they always need more. There's always a desperate need for funding. He even uses that term. We have a desperate need for funding right now.
And so if you have a problem that I'm charging for something, I do apologize. I would wish that I didn't have to do it at all, but I just don't want to be caught with no money and have these bad things happen.
No money? He made $258,000 last year. What happened to the $258,000, buddy? Where did that money go?
Thank you for making your course affordable. Yes.
Affordable.
I've definitely knocked off $111 off of what we would have done before.
If you're right. I'm here for it. I think that might happen.
If you guys show up for me.
If you guys show up for me, if we could get $500,000, I'll be good. If he doesn't get a lot of money, says JL, from his new course, he will probably spiral. I agree 100%. I don't think that's what will happen. David seems oddly supported. No matter how much he scams, he always seems to be okay. Yeah, you're correct. Yeah, but you're right. He's going to crash out hard if he doesn't get a big chunk of money coming in from this shit.
Decent number of orders, then it's like a miracle. It saves me from all the problems that I've had to deal with. I can pay all my debts.
Wow, guys, if I could just get $222, it would be a miracle. I could pay off all my bills and shit. You guys need to all step up and give me $222 so I could solve all my problems and have a finance miracle happen in my life. All thanks to you audience members.
Potentially this one move combined with selling my house could pay all my debts. And so I really, really want to thank you guys for helping us out. And we are honored to support you, says Janice Sullivan, Wellness TV. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm in. No one can work for free, says Lexi Abbey.
Yep, here's some morons encouraging him. Yeah, ask for more money.
Daddy, it's bacon time. Make smoking, says Rick Van Camp. We appreciate you, David. Yeah, this is going to be great, and we're going to make it so worth it. And every week it's going to be magical because you're going to get 2 new episodes.
2 new episodes of nonsense a week.
7 weeks in a row, right through September, on into October.
Wow, 14 videos for $222.
It's going to be great.
Videos full of fake information that are worthless.
And we need to have some
just like all of David Wilcock's, all of his other material. It's worthless. His books are worthless. His documentaries are worthless. The last 2 documentaries he's involved in are provably worthless because they were telling secret space stories from Corey Goode, who then admitted under oath that those stories were completely fake. They were supposed to be true stories. So you scammed the audience into buying a documentary full of fake stories. Congratulations, David Wilcock.
To produce it. But again, in advance, I'm going to be doing this Chakra Awakening course. I'm going to go through the Law of One, because that's the other thing you guys want to hear more from me about is what does the Law of One say on X, Y, and Z?
By the way, he's not authorized to take people's money to teach Law of One material. They've asked him to not do that. The company that actually owns the Law of One material, he won't.
Or Zed if you're an Australian, mate.
Zed. All right, 149. Next one.
Don't pay the IRS, says Sybil. Sybil Haynes. Well, no.
Yeah, that was a great idea to begin with.
Hopefully they'll take a deal If I can earn this on my own, that would be really, really great.
I agree.
And if they'll take a discount,
because the
then,
best
you know,
defense against the
I hope
slander
that's gonna
lawsuit
happen.
is telling the truth.
And it would be great if they do, because then I'm totally done. I don't have to worry about this anymore. It's all off my chest. So you guys can make
Play
that
the Michael
miracle happen
tapes
for me.
Yeah, it's a miracle,
And again, I think
guys.
I've been really good to you and not charging for any of this stuff. 5 hours
He got paid $500,000. He said he didn't charge for it. He lied to his audience.
a week. He's giving it all away, but
He didn't give anything away. He got paid $500,000 for his last 2 years of YouTube nonsense.
once in a while we have to do this, and hopefully this is the last time, but it will
Yeah, every time he sells a course, he claims this is going to be the last course because he wants to get the dents to buy that last thing that he makes. But then he makes a new course in a year or two. And by the way, every 2 years is kind of on schedule for him. Every 2 years, he has a new course full of nonsense if we go by history.
a week. He's giving it all away, but once in a while we have to do this, and hopefully this is the last time.
Oh,
It will
yeah.
absolutely
I don't think
be
it's going to be the last time.
mind-blowing.
Oh, it's mind-blowing information. It's fake information.
So very exciting. Is the plan going to come to fruition around this time? Is there going to be some strike
Trust the scam / plan Q-tardation in full effect here.
on you know, the UK because they're not willing to come to any agreement? Is there going to be some counter strike if they do a ground invasion? Is that going to suddenly set off your phone? Is that why they've got troops in DC right now?
Oh my God.
They're already there.
Q-tard.
The setup is already here. We had United Airlines go down. They're getting ready to release the information. I mean, what if the DS says that's our point of no return? When they release those grand jury transcripts from GMAX, she says he's not guilty. He never did anything wrong. We can't let that happen. We need a really big distraction before that's going to take place. Well, that could be next week. So again, I don't know what's going to happen or when, but it's extremely
Wait a minute.
thrilling.
He just said, I don't know what's going to happen or when. Aren't you Earth's greatest psychic? I thought the angel is telling you the future. You're supposed to know the future. I don't know what's going to happen or when. I'm just repeating Q-tard Nation, my Q-tard posts.
Compelling and exciting that we're building up to this point. Who knows where this is going to go, you guys? I don't know. But
I don't know. You're supposed to know. That's what you're selling people, that you have secret, sacred insider knowledge. You're messing up the grift.
You're not sleeping. You're nervous. Your anxiety is very high. All the stuff.
Yeah, listen to this. The tow truck gave him a jump. No tow. $475 for a jump. That's what he's claiming. $370 for a new battery and $200 to get it put in. $1,045 to get a jump and replace his battery. I call bullshit. This, again, is an attempt to get pity money from his dumb as rocks followers, in my opinion.
We've been talking about crisis in your life. My freaking battery's dead in the middle of nowhere. I got no phone.
I never thought I'd be able to
me.
watch someone go slowly insane on YouTube.
$475 to get the tow truck, $370 for the battery, $200 to get the battery put in. I mean, I got hit this week financially, but I've thanks.
And again, his problems are his audience's problems. But then he says that people donated and bailed him out.
More donations, I'm fine. I've got everything covered. But yeah, when we do this launch and or sell my house, it's going to totally save my life. You guys have the power to save my life.
Again,
if you're
listen to the cult-like wording. You guys have the power to save my life. Don't you want to save me from death? Just send me $222. Like, how much scummier and scammier can this clown get?
Enough to reach in there and actually do this and not just say, oh, I don't really need David's product. Somebody else will do it. No, I want you to do it. Because that's a way of thanking me for all this work that I've been doing, sacrifice.
What has he been doing? Working 1 day a week for 2 years? That's a tremendous sacrifice. You know, clown, there's people that work 7 days a week, 12 hours a day.
Very intense. I have had a very, very hard time off and on, as you know. And my life gets better, my life gets worse. It goes back and forth like a sine wave. That's just the way reality is.
Oh, goodness.
That's what Michael is calling the class.
The class. You have no class, Wilcock.
Is in session for another month, which again is August 20th to 21st. That's not very long.
Okay, so now his prediction for Ascension and the mass arrest is August 20th to the 25th or 21st. This is another moving of the goalpost. It was supposed to be May 2025. Now it's August 2025. Then it's going to be September. Then it's going to be December, November, October. He's just going to keep pushing it back to collect as much money from these morons as he can. Gotta admire the grift a little
Classes
bit.
hadn't ended yet, and we were now moving our stuff out of there. And this is prophetic of my idea to sell my house. I mean, there isn't really any stuff in there, but yeah, moving out. And if I have to, I might sell this house too, but the launch might save this house.
If you guys buy my product, you could save my house. Yeah, I saw that video. That's some bullshit. She's a wackadoo moron.
We'll see how that goes. If you guys are generous enough, I won't have to leave.
If you guys are generous enough, you could save my house. I won't have to leave my house and be homeless. Like, if you sell his house, he's going to get $2 million for it. That's the current market value. Last I checked, something like $2 million.
But if I don't make enough money, I do want to sell this house just so that I can really be free of all this and move on with my life. It's been long.
It's time to move on with life, friends. But I still need your money. He's sitting on a $2 million house and a $275,000 house. That's $2.2 million. But somehow he still needs morons on the internet to save his life. Listen to the wording. Like, he cannot possibly get any scummier or scammier.
David, what is the minimum investment for Stavati? I'm not rich. I can invest a little. I don't want to bother.
Yeah, this is great. So apparently his house is not just infested with mice. It's also infested with bugs. I could imagine roaches crawling all over his house and him doing nothing about it.
More important things to do, and I'm not rich. Okay, well, I don't actually know what the minimum is, but if you have something in mind, you can write the company. And again, we have openings for 10 investors. But I'm not allowed to tell you what it is if I did know. That's just the way that the rules work. God's superabundant blessings be upon you, says the Frisian. Thank you very much. Suzanne Tadovich says, thanks for being you, celebrating your first super chat. Well, I really do appreciate that. Wait, I already thought you put the house up. I'm in the process of getting this house listed. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to sell. The market around here is crap. There's 40 houses on the market. There's only 3 closings. There's no guarantee that this strategy of trying to list this house for sale is going to work. It's a very strange property. It's very expensive. It's only really livable in the summer. It's infested with rodents and bugs, and it's got 8 months of winter a year. It's got 7 months of wind a year that'll drive you out of your mind, make you want to rip your hair out.
Oh yeah, it's terrible living in the Colorado mountains.
Knowing that they know that this is snowbirds only.
So terrible.
You really can't. I mean, I've done it. I've lived here in the winter, but that's why the Tibetans in the Himalayas get rainbow body activation. You burn off so much karma living at 8,600 feet altitude.
Oh yeah, that's how you do it.
And all the wind and all the cold, 8 months of winter. It helps you with your ascension process because you burn so much karma off. I do want to get to Sedona, so that's why your generosity with the launch, getting me out of tax debt, getting me into a new place. I don't have to be here again this winter. I'll be able to do a lot more. I'll be able to do more videos, more fun stuff, because in the winter here, I am so preoccupied with survival.
It's tough to survive in a $2 million mansion.
And if you don't shovel, the snow melts during the day, freezes into ice at night. Now you've got everything that you walk on is deadly. You have to shovel every day when there's snow. You can't avoid it. Marina donated $20. Thank you very much. MME Studio says, God's got you, David. Try high-frequency sound traps so no one can hear it, but the rodents escape it. I've tried all that stuff. It doesn't even happen. We are looking for investors, but again, we only have 10 slots left, and we already have had a lot of people step forward. I think we've already raised $575,000 in the last 2 years.
Yeah, I doubt that. That's just my personal opinion.
So, yeah, it's really, really cool. And you guys have helped us tremendously. This audience is great. So you've saved our company, saved us our future of hover cars. And we have 10 more slots available. So if there's a way that you can do that,
listen to the wording.
If you would like to step up.
Don't you want to save the world with our hover car technology and our free energy technology? Step up and invest.
Capacity.
In a company that's never produced a single product or service, in a company that's being sued by creditors, invest in a company that's being called a Ponzi scam and investment scheme in court documents by a previous investor. But hey, invest in our company. It's a great deal.
Please do so. It will make all the world to us. We really do need those last 10 slots to be filled. We pretty desperately. But again, you know, it could all change in a week. If this production money comes in, to do the
Oh
airline.
yeah, if the money comes next week, then we're all good, right? We'll be all good.
Isn't the Northeast flattering enough to move here, says Vacapalo? Yeah, I mean, that could still happen. I mean, we have a facility in Niagara Falls. I may end up living there part of the year. We just really need to see where is the most important Stavati work being done for my division, which is hover cars, power plants, and medbeds.
Yeah, David Wilcock's division of the fake aerospace company that's never produced an airplane is now going to produce hover cars, free energy, and med beds. Sure you will. You can't even figure out how to build an airplane, but you're going to figure this other shit out? What a lying scumbag this guy is.
Whoa.
He was attacked for lying again.
It's a little demonic attack, huh? I'm not even sure how that happened. I kind of like burped and choked at the same
God
time.
choked you for lying to people. That's what happened.
It's pretty
God
awful.
choked him for lying to people. That's exactly what happened. Ha ha!
Niagara Falls is a dump, man. I know what Niagara Falls is like.
It is
The
a
point
dump.
is, we're going careful, David. You're talking too fast. Relax. I will try to relax. So, yeah, we know that Niagara Falls is run down, but we're going to try to bring back manufacturing and jobs and building new buildings, new facilities. That's
yeah.
part of what we might do there. It really
can't
depends
even
on
pay
the
bills.
government, how they treat us, but
They can't even pay bills on the building they have. They're not building anything new. They're full of he's full of it.
we have a number of states that have given us proposals on places we could look at. We've had Florida.
Yeah, because it worked
we've
out
had
great with New
Tennessee,
York,
we've had
right?
Georgia,
It worked out
We've
great.
had Colorado. We've had Arizona.
They got their
we've had
tax
Texas.
breaks pulled because they didn't do
I mean,
anything
it's
they
anybody's
promised.
guess as to whose offer we're going to take, and we might have more than one facility. There's stuff we can do in California. So I just don't even know, like, where am I going to need to live? But I think that if I have a place in Sedona, it'll be a nice home base for me as we figure all this out. It keeps me closer to the headquarters in LA.
Oh, sure.
Where we
He's
have
going to
our
move to
current
Sedona
headquarters,
where his
and so I
wife
can get
lives.
there in like
His
9
ex-wife
hours
lives there with a big crate of cucumbers.
or something of driving. Not a big deal. Niagara Falls is
All right, Niagara Falls is a dump. Next clip. I didn't realize we had so many this week. Wow. Impressive. Thanks, Macario.
621 is the house I'm now selling. It's probably going to sell. I don't even know if I could sell this place. I mean, it's very hard to sell this house, but 621, dude, it's priced right at wherever. It's an entry-level home, basically, for a family. They got a double-wide lot. You know, it's affordable. It gets you out of the city. Apparently, the real estate in upstate New York is going nuts because everybody's fleeing New York City. So when I bought it, it was at 120. Now it's at 275 just by sitting on it. I never even put furniture in there, but just buying it and holding on to it for, what, 6 years?
He's had a vacant house for 6 years in New York. The entire time he's complaining about how tough it is to live in Colorado. What a moron.
More than doubled in value. That's a darn good investment. This is you want to buy low and sell high, right? So anyway, I'm selling this house, and in this dream, I say, I don't want to be a part of it. It looked dirty. Well, I don't think the house is dirty, but anyway.
Well, based on what he said about his current house and the fact that he hasn't been to that house, he hasn't even been there, he said, since he bought it. You're going to leave a house vacant for 6 years, it's going to be dirty, Mr. Wilcock.
So it's got multiple levels of prophecy to it. And then Michael says an upgrade from filthy situations to something much more luxurious awaits you. Well, this was also prophetic because my battery going dead was a filthy situation. You saw me read this last week.
What a stretch. Oh, the angel predicted the battery in my car would die. That's a prophecy, friends.
If I have enough money, I can
What a
actually buy a nice
reach.
car. My car is a 2006. It's basically 20 years old. So, I mean, yeah, it's a Range Rover, but it's not expensive, you know, and it takes a lot of money to keep one of those up. But you need, the reason I got it, first of all, anything newer than 2006, they can remote control your car and crash it.
Yeah,
So
try
I've never
living
wanted
in
to
through
buy
a
any
Canadian
car newer than
winter,
2006, and I never have.
That's some shit.
Every car I've ever owned has been 2006 or older because Pete Peterson said that was the year that a secret order went out that they have to have this
Listen to
remote
this.
driving capability installed secretly.
He's got to have a car that's 2006 or later because he doesn't want the men in black to be able to take over his car and remotely crash his car.
in
What a
every car.
paranoid
Which
lunatic.
means if somebody wants to murder you in your car and it's newer than 2006, all they got
The
to do
Obama
is
chips, yes.
drive you off the road, and you will lose control of the vehicle.
Yeah, Range
You won't
Rovers
know what's
aren't
happening.
cheap. Yeah,
That's
I
also
wish
why
I could
keep
afford
a hammer
one. I could
behind
use
me,
one.
behind the driver's seat.
Four-wheel drive one, for
So that
sure I
if
could
that
use
were to
one.
ever happen, if I lose control of my vehicle, I have a hammer. I can smash out the glass and jump out the window. And I'm always thinking like that.
Listen to
That's why
this.
I
He
didn't
keeps a hammer in his car so he can smash out the windshield and jump out.
want to bring my phone with me.
Not paranoid
That's
at
why I
all.
got trapped out there at the spring. So, and I also think that this has to do with this house. I mean, the garage here, it's a log garage.
Listen to this.
It's absolutely infested with mice. And so your car is completely filthy.
His house
You
is
can get
infested
hantavirus
with
just from
mice.
breathing mouse pee, which it probably is what happened to me in Canada last year, because I drove 2 days, one day to the airport, then I had to get my passport, and then again the next day to the airport to actually fly to my vacation last year.
Oh, he got
which I'm not doing
sick on
this
his
year. I
poor
canceled it
vacation.
already.
Oh, he canceled his vacation. What's the matter? You can't afford another $25,000 vacation? For those unaware, he spent like 25 grand to stay at this luxurious resort for a couple weeks.
I'm not going to Canada this year at all. I've ruled out vacation. I just want to focus on getting this launch done for you, getting myself cleaned up, figuring out what I'm doing with these houses, all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, great selling
But, you
point.
know,
The house is
Stavati's
infested
about to
with
get
bugs
this
and mice.
huge
Great selling
whopping
point. Yeah.
tranche to do a prototype here. I mean, this is massive.
Yeah, we're going to get billions, guys.
It's a massive amount that they're saying they're going to do. So if that happens, then, you know, everything is great. But we're still going to
everything's
do the
gonna be
launch either
great.
way. I want to make that clear.
Yeah, everything's great. Everything's great.
Thank you for your work.
Except I desperately need money, and you guys have to save my life. His rocks are limited, but you can resell them.
When can we enroll in the Great Awakening class? I never miss a podcast. I'm going to try to get this going. We're crewing up right now. We're figuring out who's going to do it. Again, with the David Stones, I mean, maybe I could get it up to 1,000. So maybe I could do like 500 offered on this course and then 200 at 2 events.
Maybe I could sell 1,000 rocks for 200. He wants to sell a fucking rock and useless stories for $222. That's what you get. Useless stories from fake government insiders with no evidence or proof that are provable frauds telling the stories. That's what you get. And you also get a rock from his backyard. What a great value.
But even to get it up to 1,000 is going to be pretty hard. The land is, I've pretty much found all of them, most of them that I can find. I want to leave a few around so that I haven't removed all of them from the property.
Yeah, got to leave
But
some
yeah,
rocks.
if I don't do any
chipmunks.
more than like 500 or 1,000, and then all this stuff that Michael says comes true, I think your David Stone is an investment.
Oh, it's an investment, because if the prophecies come true, you'll be able to resell the rock you got from David Wilcock once the prophecies come true.
That will end up being worth a lot more if you were to resell it than what you paid for it. So I look at it as not an NFT, it's a fungible token. It's actually something physical. They're beautiful stones. You could mount them on a necklace.
They're rocks, dude. They're just regular old granite rocks from your yard, you moron.
You could mount them on a bolo. You could mount them on a belt buckle. You could put them in your altar. You could put them in a potted plant that you love, something like that.
Put it in a potted plant. Come on. Wow, what a delusional man.
Driving and part walking. We were going down the middle.
Black guys approaching him on a street in a dream. That represents fear of being attacked. Wow, pretty racist, David.
The road. These black guys were coming up to us and acting like we shouldn't be there. They were being very threatening. So again, I believe this is symbolic of the uncertainty and fear we are all going through now collectively. The fear of being alone and being attacked and all that kind of stuff.
Wow, black guys came up to him. That means the fear of being attacked, guys, just so you know. Not racist at all.
Well, I guess we have some fairly active trolling going on right now. That's just, thank you, Ridgeline. Thank you.
Yeah, for those unaware, he pays $2,000 a month for people to sanitize his chat of any comments he doesn't like or anybody asking too many questions, because he's an intellectual weakling and a coward, and he knows his information is so fake that it's worthless. So he can't have people pointing that out to the rest of the morons in his live chat or his YouTube comments. So he heavily censors and deletes all that and exists in an echo chamber like any good cult leader.
Thank you, my team, for doing what you guys do so well.
Yeah, thank you for deleting all the negative comments, because we can't have people knowing the truth about what people really think about my scams.
Reason why so many people will suffer insomnia, says Heike Johannes Alho. Well, the full moon is that they have parasitic high activity. I suggest study full moon parasite fasting. Will help you
Oh,
with
this
mental
is some
health issues.
nonsense. Yeah, I always want to get medical advice from some wackadoo in David Wilcock's chat.
Much love. Yeah, I'm actually thinking that it is almost time for me to take a nice magic dose. You know, you get this little guy out here.
All right, listen, don't take medical advice. I'm going to stop this right here. Do not take medical advice from a new age moron scammer on the internet. Go to your doctor. Get medical advice from a medical professional, not a scam guy like David Wilcock.
Keep your focus on the ascension and the validity of everything that
something big is happening next week. Of course, David Wilcock said something big would happen last week, the week before last, but, you know, let's not remember that.
In other words, Michael is not lying. We're not going to come out at the end of this and be like, oh, it turns out Michael wasn't really telling the truth, and there's not really going to be an ascension. There's not really going to be a galactic family reunion.
Yeah, by the end of 2025, everybody will know that you or the Archangel Michael lied to everyone, Wilcock. Your grift is coming crashing down. Couple months, tick-tock, bitch.
There's not really going to be mass arrests. I don't think there's any way that this could be happening to me.
Listen to the delusional.
Real.
He's so
I don't think there's any way that all these prophecies could be so freaking amazingly accurate. And then, oh, but he's going to be wrong about the ascension.
Yeah, they
he's
should.
He's going to be wrong about the mass arrests. He's going to be wrong about galactic family reunion.
You are going to be wrong about all of those things, just as you were wrong leading up to the year 2000, just as you were wrong leading up to the year 2012, just as you were wrong selling Corey Good fake secret space stories. You've been wrong about literally everything that you have sold morons on the internet for decades now. And you're going to be wrong about this. I would bet my house on it. No ascension, no mass arrests, no galactic family reunion. By the end of 2025, nothing will have happened. And everyone will know that I, here at Truth Seekers, exposed you as the scammer you are again. How many times do I have to expose you as a scammer before people wake up and start listening to me instead of you, moron?
Even though St. Germain said it, even though E.B. said it, even though it's in all these other prophetic sources, Hindu cycle that came due this year, all this crazy stuff. 2025, the year that we make contact.
Yeah, I cried about the banana sandwich. Yeah.
Is that fake?
Yeah, it's fake.
Is Michael lying about that part? No.
Well, either Michael's lying about it or you're lying about it. One of you is lying.
He's giving us the tools.
And if the voices were in your head that were lying, then to me, that's you lying.
You don't have to suffer in school. He says school is going to last another month for everybody else. But if you know what's going on, you don't have to go through it. And school represents the pain and the fear.
Oh, pain and fear. Oh, no.
So, yeah, there's going to be an ice storm related to the Ukraine. I think that's what he's saying.
Yeah, there's not going to be an ice storm.
And then he says, please keep your focus on the ascension. But, yeah, something is going to happen probably next week.
Probably next week, guys. Ascension might happen next week. But according to David himself, Michael lied to him already, claiming to be Ra, the sun god. F you, Wilcock. Yeah. There is no Michael except in your head, says Buffalo Spunk.
Really freaking scary.
I agree.
And it could be Israel and Ukraine at the same time, and it's all weird stuff. So just keep your head on straight and be ready for it and try to stay calm and try to sleep.
Try to stay calm, guys. Ascension is coming next week. What's it going to say next week when nothing happens? Ascension's coming next week, guys. We were wrong by 1 week. It's definitely coming next week.
You ran the numbers first. Yeah, I mean, I was running the numbers all night in bed. And I'm going, okay, the IRS technically would want to foreclose on this house and take it from me next year. Like, that's about as much time as I got, maybe not even. They're giving me demand letters. We got to get this done. I can't do an event.
Yeah, apparently he owes $1.5 million to the IRS, which means he's broke, he's bald, and he's gay. And he's $1.5 million in debt.
It doesn't make enough money. We got to do a launch online, which is a paid online event. Then we'll do in-person conferences once we're financially solvent. That's how we're going to get through this.
Yeah, we're going to get through this by scamming you guys out of as much money as humanly possible. That's how we're getting through it.
Read these posts. They're generally going to not be too happy.
And here's the Q-tard nonsense.
About that.
Half his show is just repeating Q-tard nonsense.
Again, the Alliance has got a big bone to pick with this country. And I'm just reporting on it, so don't hurt the messenger, okay? I'm just reporting on what they say. He was spotted in the small country praying at the Western Wall and wearing a traditional kippah. He says he's there to reaffirm America's unwavering
Yes,
support.
he watched the anal bead
Well,
necklace.
He might not want to be
Yes.
unwavering. Depends on
Hail the
people's
Dark
efforts,
Alliance.
right? Standing shoulder to shoulder with them. He added that biblical
What a
scripture
cutard
commands him
loser.
to pray
Fake.
for Jerusalem and ensure
Cutard
that we always
loser
stand
for
with them.
sure. He's a cute.
Well, you know they wouldn't show you
He
this.
suffers
except
from
to say that
cutardation.
they feel that he is being influenced somehow. That's probably what this is about.
Yeah, or it's just cutard nonsense that's meaningless.
So now we see our own government is moving to build a
All Stavati needs is 869 billion, friends.
nuclear reactor on the moon. They're unveiling fast-tracked plans this week to do just that. A new directive pushing agencies to start collecting proposals from private industry, aiming to launch the reactor by 2030. Well, we already have. Chris has already put together a comprehensive space program.
Oh, sure he has.
That's the business
Guy can't build a regular airplane, but he's going to build a whole space program. Sure.
plan that's like, I'm almost embarrassed to say it. $869 billion.
Well, that shouldn't be a problem because you claim that you got an $800 billion deal 6 weeks ago. So just take that money and build a space program. Or is this just all more fake stories from a fake guy with fake teeth and balding badly, a lifelong scammer? That's you, Wilcock.
But if we spent that, we could do everything and basically go into space and be long-range space travelers with super advanced technology and starships that are like motherships in size.
Yeah, it sounds like science fiction because it is. It's definitely fiction.
You can ride a whole bunch of people in together. 869 billion. We can do it. Hey, what the hell? You know, maybe somebody will pay for it. So we've got that business plan, by the way. I don't know if anybody's going to, but I said, Chris, you know, let's make business plans that show the type of money that could actually potentially be raised. Let's just plan out all the greatest stuff that we could do, all the greatest things we could do, and let's make it cost something. And he did.
Yes, toys print it in the garage coming right up, says JJ.
Wow, that's a lot, but maybe it'll happen. Who knows?
Maybe it'll happen. Yeah, I doubt it, Wilcock. Considering they couldn't build one airplane in 30 years, I doubt they're going to build a whole space fleet of motherships. Call me kooky.
So we could be one of the teams. It wouldn't cost you 869 to get there, but part of our plan could be used to get that goal in mind for a lot less than 869. And they warned that the first nation that could install one of these could claim a keep-out zone on the lunar surface. Well, good luck, because it's already very populated.
Yeah, right. It's not populated. There's lunar rovers. There's fucking lunar satellites. There's nothing on the moon, you moron. You complete and total lunatic moron. All right, just 2 to go.
Next, we have this country again. Now they're invasively spraying for mosquitoes, and it's like...
Yeah, so Macario says, for the last 2 weeks, he said Stavati Aero is working with China. They are just waiting for one paper from China, and then they will get billions of dollars.
Way over the top. You watch this video, it's like insane. They're moving through neighborhoods, spraying chemicals to kill the mosquitoes, walking right into people's houses and spraying chemicals, insisting this is the most effective method to stop the chikungunya virus from spreading across the nation. People entering the city are being coated with insect repellent. Drones are scanning puddles.
This is fear porn. That's what this is. Q-tard fear porn.
Hospitals are covered in mosquito nets to keep the virus out. My God.
Yeah, he thinks this is funny. David Wilcock's laughing at that. Some spiritual guru. All right, last one.
So then they gave us a series of accounts which he doesn't usually do. He says, follow.
You can hear it in David Wilcock's voice, says Macario. It bothers him that Shadows of Ezra didn't put his name on that list.
His accounts.
Yeah, because Shadows of Ezra said that David Wilcock is insane, talking about time-traveling dinosaurs.
I'm not in there, but that's okay. That's fine. I don't need to be. I don't want to be targeted right now. He says, follow the accounts listed here. Each offers a unique perspective and opinion. Let's help them grow. I'll be randomly selecting more followers so you can gain more followers as well. I don't even have time to be on X at all.
Oh, sour grapes.
I've been so busy, I've barely been able to even look at it. Any news, really. Have a great weekend. And then he gives you a list of names.
All right. So he's closing strong with the Q-tard nonsense, right? Yeah, so Stavati has the same budget as the Pentagon. Exactly. It's just absolutely ridiculous. He can't get bugs or rats out of his house where he lives. Yeah, but he's going to build high-tech space motherships and hover cars and free energy engines and med beds. The guy can't figure out how to bug bomb his house or get mice out of his garage. He's a goddamn moron. David Wilcock is a complete and total moron. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. We'll take a moment to check in with the Kick chat, see if we have any support over there. Nothing new on Kick, but we thank you, previous Kick funders, for your kindness, generosity, and support of the show. It is much, much appreciated. So we check in with the goal, but I don't think, no, we did not hit the goal, but it's okay because we're already almost at 3 hours, and I have a bunch of editing to do tonight. Somebody asked me to explain the Kick broadcast. I was at the cabin. I didn't have headphones, and I decided, let's just try to stream from the cabin to Kick and see what happens. It was a disaster. You could watch it on our Kick channel. I was playing videos with sound, but since I didn't have headphones on, I didn't know that the sound was playing, so people couldn't hear me. It was really bad. And I don't even know on Kick how to delete a video. I'm going to figure that out. Don't watch it. It was just a quick test, and it did not go well. I'm going to try again this weekend. Here's the issue. I've been trying to avoid carrying a big, heavy workstation class computer desktop and a monitor and all that shit up to the cabin. Because quite honestly, it's a small cabin, and I don't really have room for that there. I'd rather just use a laptop if I'm there and I need to do something. One of my comments was censored, not by a moderator, by YouTube. Yeah, it happens. They have keywords and stuff, so just be careful. So I've been trying to avoid carrying a huge desktop computer. All I have is these old big-ass Xeon workstations that are not that great to begin with, but they should be able to adequately handle the stream. They've all got GPUs in them. I'm going to do that. I'm just going to drag a computer up this weekend, and I'll give it a try. Okay? Patty Wilhelm says, YouTube sometimes deletes my comments too. Who knows why? Yeah. Same thing in the YouTube live chats. Listen, we don't delete or censor comments. People are always in the YouTube comments accusing me of deleting comments. We don't delete comments. We have a free speech zone here. Unlike David Wilcock, who's a bitch and has to pay $2,000 a month to have his YouTube comments and live chat censored so heavily that you can't say anything in there that would even be minor criticism. You can't say anything, right? I don't know what the issue is, so I apologize for that. So I will be doing a new Kick-only test. And I already have a feeling that the initial launch date for the Internet Insanity Circus show of Saturday, August 30th was maybe a little too ambitious. We might have to push that back by a week or two, and if so, I apologize, but it's got to be right or I'm not doing it. Dark Matter Sprinkles is here saying, what's up? Now it's a party. Welcome, Dark Matter Sprinkles. So I'll take a moment to check in with the PayPal pledges as well. For those unaware, sending a PayPal to us at truthseekershow@gmail.com is the best way to support the show, one of the best ways, because YouTube and other platforms may take an awful lot more money, but PayPal takes very little. So if you have some support you'd like to send, especially if it's a large amount, like $100, we really appreciate those. I just want to thank Maria for a kind and generous $10 PayPal pledge. If you send a PayPal, add a note and give me your chat room user ID and any message you want me to read. And Maria says, I can't wait until the end of the year so that you can once again prove that David Wilcock scammed his audience with the Ascension is Coming Soon scam. Yes, a lot of us are waiting for that. Urban Terror is here with one for the goal. Thanks, Stephen. Wacky World of Wilcock is the best. I agree with you. These are some of my favorite episodes, and thank you for helping us and being a great show supporter. Urban Terror chiming in with one for the goal and helping us to praise the cash.
Praise the cash, praise the cash, praise the cash. Thank you for your kindness. Thank you for your generosity. Praise the cash, praise the cash.
Praise it, my friends. Thank you, Urban Terra. Very, very kind and generous of you. So we've done our due diligence, didn't quite hit the goal. I'm going to save the bonus material. I promise you on the next, I got a lot to do tonight. Normally I just do the bonus material, even if we come close, and we did come close. 15 of 20, 15 of 20 for the goal, so that's close enough. And but I'm not going to pull a DSP and tell you I'm going to do something and then not do it. Boy, look at that prick. He got $1,500 to do a DSP tries it, and then he didn't do the DSP tries it. He just ate the food like a drunk slob and didn't do the DSP tries it. And now he's seething because people pointed out that he scammed his audience. But he scams his audience all the time. Remember when he was supposed to do $100 a shot and people gave him the $100 and he didn't do the shots? He's got a history of scamming his dents and scamming his audience. It's ridiculous. TikTok brokey. Yes. So we've done our due diligence, and I did find pinned in the live chat is the link to our Truth Seekers Clips channel. We're still desperately trying to get that channel monetized, and we need your help. All you got to do is go over there and subscribe. Pinned in the YouTube live chat is the link to the Truth Seekers Clips channel. Otherwise, just run on over. If you're listening on the audio podcast, just run on over to YouTube. Hit the search bar tool. Put Truth Seekers Clips, one word in the search bar. Go there, smash the subscribe button, and help us praise the cash and get another monetized source of revenue. I'm not David Wilcock. I can't sell you a fucking rock for $222, so we're trying to come up with other ways to make a little more money here. And certainly the Clips channel would be a great way to do it. Some of our best and funniest material is over there, so be sure to check it out and watch some videos. If you've already subscribed to the Truth Seekers Clips channel, please go over there and check out some of the clips. They're some of the best, funniest Truth Seekers bits ever in the history of our show. And I'm proud that we've been able to put that together, but it would be great. Tina Tomsky says $5 for the goal. Well, we're still a little short, but I appreciate you trying to pitch in at the last minute and help us to praise the cash.
Praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash. The blue chickens command you to praise the cash. Praise the cash. Praise the cash.
Oh, thank you. Arlene found the stream with Arlene with the lawyer. Let me go over there, Arlene. Can you where is it at? Oh, I got it. I got the link. I will be able to clip that out. Oh, you've already clipped it. Thank you so much. It's at, let's see, where is the timestamp? I'm going to take note of the timestamp so I can do this later. I'm going to add this clip. Oh, you know what? We'll do this. We'll do this for the bonus material. We did not hit the goal tonight, but I'm going to share with you a clip of a funny bit from the show where Sarah R. Adams, this fake psychic healer, had her fake lawyer call me live on air and threaten me. And I knew he was a fake lawyer, but he didn't know that I knew he was a fake lawyer. So hilarity ensues. Let's take a look. I haven't seen this since it happened, I don't think. So this is one of the funny bits, and we take these clips and we add them to our clips channel. So first we'll do this, and then I'll play the clips beggar bumper, begging people to go subscribe to the clips channel. Let's take a listen. The idea of DNA was established in the 1860s, but the famous DNA actual discovery took place in 1953, long after... Okay, so Sarah's speaking fake facts.
I mean, we are already connected. We're not disconnected.
We are.
Otherwise
We're connected. It's like, okay,
but
it's like we're plugged into the socket, but the button for the light hasn't been lit up. There
Is this the right timestamp? Is the lawyer coming up, Arlene? Just say yes or no in all caps in the live chat, because I don't know if maybe I just came in at a random time. You can fix her, Steve, right? Yes, Stephen has a special disgust for Sarah because she used his disabled son to try and scam him. Yes, she told me that she could telepathically communicate with my nonverbal autistic son who cannot speak. And that, of course, is a scam. I don't know if the lawyer thing is here or coming.
There you go. Yes. So,
source is there, but
it's there.
It hasn't been activated.
No, our souls are there. They're calling
and she does something called DNA light activation for a fee.
out to us.
Yeah,
People
bullshit.
need to listen to their souls more and then build their soul energy up as they do. A lot of this ancient tech, like the pyramids, the Stonehenge.
Let's see where the lawyer is. The lawyer? Ow! All right. Well, I'm not going to be able to find the clip on the fly. I thought that was time stamped, but apparently not. So I apologize. We'll try to do that on another night. for now, we're going to bounce on out of here. No, you didn't clip. Okay, so I just came in at wherever I was looking at it last. I'll find it, but though, now that I have the actual show. And the show, for my own use, is called Sarah R. Adams Exposed Again and Again and Again. And if you want to get caught up, that's a great show to watch. Arlene put it in the live chat. Okay, thank you, Arlene. No worries. I thought you timestamped it. Not a big deal. Yeah, we're going to bounce on out of here. So I'm going to play us out with my begging bumper, begging you, literally begging you to please subscribe to the Clips channel. It's pinned in the live chat. Just click on the 2 mouse clicks. 1 to get over to the channel. It's pinned in the live chat, and 1 to subscribe. You could really help us out. So that's all I got for you, friends. I'll be back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've got such a fun show for you tomorrow. I can't wait. No place I would rather be, and I hope you will be here with me. But for now, that's all I got for you. So until next time, friends, my name is Stephen Canby, and good night, and God bless all of you. Greetings and salutations. For quite some time now, many of you have asked us to do shorter videos or clips from our long format live show. I understand some people want to see shorter and more concise, quick videos, so we started a Clips channel on YouTube. I am sorry it took me so long to get it started. In order to have some help going through our thousands of hours of previous live shows and making clips, I'm going to need help. Honestly, my hands are full as it is, just hosting and producing the live shows we do. So we started a Clips channel. It's Truth Seekers Clips on YouTube, but all one word. You can use the YouTube search tool to find it. Just search for Truth Seekers Clips again, all one word. You'll see a strange guy with sunglasses pop up. Go there and smash that subscribe button today. Otherwise, you can find and click on the link near the top of every video or podcast description going forward. Please go there and smash that subscribe button. It would really help us out. We will also be pinning the link to our new Clips channel in the YouTube and Kick.com chats during every live show. So if you have not already, please do go over to our Clips channel, watch some clips, and subscribe. We need your support to make the Clips channel a success. We need to get that channel monetized so I can hire a Clips producer to help us expand that channel and grow the show and its formats. If you subscribe to the Clips channel during the live broadcasts, please do type, "I subscribe to the new Clips channel" in all capital letters, and I'll give you a thank you and shout out. My thanks to all of you who have subscribed already. We appreciate your support. And hey, those of you who asked for the Clips channel, please do go and support our efforts in giving you what you asked for. Besides hitting the magic number of subscribers YouTube requires to get the channel monetized, we also need more watch time, so please do go check out some of the videos on the Clips channel. Some of our best and funniest bits are there. So please subscribe today, watch some of the videos, and help us get that channel going and monetized. Praise the cash, bitches. Our new Clips channel will become an additional source of revenue, which I need. Because I need that money. I really, really do. Praise the cash, bitches. Let's get that channel monetized and praising the cash.
David Wilcock is lying again. Decades of fakery he can't defend. David Wilcock is lying again, but karma always has its revenge. Fake insiders and secret space lies. Fake bullshitters I try to disguise. Fake stories I sell to the weak. Fake stories I just repeat. David Wilcock is lying again. Decades of fakery he can't defend. David Wilcock is lying again, but karma always has its revenge. Fake stories, that's all I got. Fake stories, I hope you forgot. Fake stories, my history of lies. Fake stories, open your eyes. David Wilcock is lying again. Decades of fakery he can't defend. David Wilcock is lying again. Fake stories, open your eyes. Fake stories, my history of lies. Fake stories, open your eyes. My history of lies. Fake stories, always. Open your eyes. David Wilcock is lying again. Decades of fake lie he can't defend. David Wilcock is lying again, but karma always has its revenge.
Greetings and salutations, friends. I am the angel known as Michael. I have a very special message for mankind. Wilcock is a lying scumbag. I had to come all the way from heaven to warn people. I've never talked to Wilcock. He's never channeled me. He's lying about all of it. I never gave him any prophecies. And don't you think God would not agree with me giving some decades-long con artist, new age, UFO grifter prophecies he can sell to morons on the internet for $333? Why would God let me do that and help a grifting scumbag con artist scam people? And by the way, I thought a lot about this. I, the greatest angel of the one true God, the archangel Michael, I am joining Team Truth Seekers. Stephen Cambion has been telling people the truth this whole time, while David Wilcock has been lying and scamming people in my name. I cannot allow David Wilcock to use me in one of his scams. Did you know that angels have one very powerful limitation? They cannot see the future. Ask any Christian minister. Ask any Catholic priest. Ask any Jewish rabbi. Ask any Muslim cleric. Angels cannot see the future unless God Almighty himself wills it. So in order to believe David Wilcock's latest scam, you'd have to believe that first an angel lied to him and pretended to be the Egyptian god Ra. Again, ask any theologian. Angels can't lie or deceive people. David Wilcock claims an angel lied to him, then gave him prophecies or predictions of the future. God Almighty himself thought it was a good idea to make an angel lie to him, then give him secrets of the future he could sell morons on the internet for $333. None of this makes any sense. Also, the test of a prophet says that if even one thing is wrong, then that prophet is not channeling divine or angelic sources. David's claimed predictions from an angel have already been wrong. David Wilcock is a false prophet. He's lying to you. He's scamming you in my name. His angel predictions are a complete and total scam. Truth Seekers is right. David Wilcock did not get those fake angel books full of fake psychic predictions and prophecies from me. He's scamming everyone. Yes, he's scamming everyone again. God bless Stephen Cambion and Truth Seekers for telling everyone the truth. Now, I offer Stephen my divine protection. I am the slayer of deceivers and demons. David Wilcock is a false prophet and a deceiver. I shall help Stephen slay the dragon, the deceiver, the false prophet, and expose him to all of the earth. In God's name we go forward. Amen.